postcard from a block of wood 1,000 years old by a boy who gave me my eyes and arms and legs. He's getting pretty good at getting me to do as I'm told. It's Friday night. You can't hear me. I beg. My 6 strings, 1 head, 1 mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings don't wanna, but I'm walking down this model street. Gonna write a letter. Dear puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear puppeteer.
Could you turn that up a little bit?
Look close, you can almost see me breathing. Look up, there's a young man with a cross. Try to get the light just right so you don't see them. They're always there. Oh, I'm aware who's boss. My 6 strings, 1 head, 1 mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings, without them I fall down in a heap. Gonna write a letter. Dear puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear puppeteer.
Hey, could you turn that up a little bit?
May concern, yes, I am complaining. I've been thinking, and it's been hurting my brain. I am always young, but he is aging. It's different now. Some things never change. My 6 strings, 1 head, 1 mouth, 2 hands, 2 feet. My 6 strings, I can't be still and still be me. Gonna write a letter. Dear puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear puppeteer, I don't wanna play here. I don't wanna stay here. Dear puppeteer.
It's Friday night. Friday night, Light. Friday night, Light. Oh, how you doing out there? You know, I'm pretty reclusive by nature, so I won't get cabin fever as bad. And I don't know, I've always been good at entertaining myself. I don't know, it's just I've always been good at that. I don't know if I've ever really been lonely. Maybe there. I just thought I needed a sandwich or something, but I just, I've always, I used to write songs about it. I like being alone. Nothing something simmering on the stove. Maybe radio, some TV show, little smoke rising in the air. Oh, that is heaven, that is heaven, and that's a heaven I can't share. I had to change the camera because Pip's little collar tag was blinking in it was gleaming, it was sparkling in the Pip cam, in the kitty cam. Yeah, I like being alone with nothing I really have to do. Yellow-colored high beneath the sun-colored moon. Think I'll tune my guitar to a flattened nine and pine away into the air. Oh, that is heaven, that is heaven, and that's a heaven I can't share. I'll tell you one thing, this streaming revolution that's been happening is unbelievable. Have you noticed? We're now like day 5, and all of our friends have been streaming their music, and it's been amazing. But have you noticed, like tuned in to Reed earlier, he had the lion head there, the lighting was such. Like, I've seen evolutions in so many people's streams just in the first 5 days, and then I see other people being inspired by what other people are doing. And, oh, okay, all right, and that's, I mean, we've decided that, you know, in how many ways is this a teachable moment? Is the universe, is life teaching us so much? Yeah, it's pretty neat. The streaming revolution, the music that's been happening has been so good. It's another level. I've never really, you know, it's so many of my friends, I've never seen them do this, and they're killing it. They are crushing this. Oh my goodness. I saw so many streams today. It was a good day of streaming. Did some cleaning in the bunker, I guess we could call it. Just I don't know, trying to think of, you know, ways to participate and to be useful and to harness this energy into you know, my own creativity, and definitely inspired. Gotta love the Pip cam. And because this is, you know, Hollywood Lite, we might have to cheat. Oh, I should know. I don't know if... Oh, kitty, don't you... Oh, kitty, don't you see you're killing art? Oh, kitty, don't you have a heart? Can't you see you're killing art? You're just like old couples and babes. Oh, kitty, don't be a drag. Just get in the bag. We haven't left yet and we're already late. Oh no, not again. Oh no, not again. I don't even remember that. Look, I know you stole my Snickers. I can see it on your whiskers. Come on, kitty, don't be so mean. I'll learn it. I'll figure it out. Can't go to Yale, doesn't mean I'd fail. It's just another thing I can't afford. Sheriff's not on my trail, I can't even go to jail. What have I found this New Haven for? You can know yourself too well till you got nothing to say, no one to tell. Town to town, found myself in Memphis, broken and tired, my eyes turning away from the Lord. Woke up in the morning, not knowing how I got there. I was face down on the shore. You can know yourself too well till you got nothing to say, no one to tell. Town to town, mercy, mercy me, I wonder where we're traveling. Here come the cold, cold stars. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. Yeah, wherever you go, there's bars. You can know yourself too well till you got nothing to say, no one to tell. Town to town, oh me, oh Miami, freight train gonna bring me. My baby better take me in. Else I'm on my way back to Santa Fe, where I can lay low till the heat come again. You can know yourself too well till you got nothing to say, no one to tell. Town to town, no one to tell. Town to town, no one to tell. Town to town. Anybody catch Willie's stream earlier? I'm telling you what, he was crushing it.
Greetings, my friends. This next one is called Fighting Man. It's going to be on my new record. It's one I'm really liking this song a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to nathansland.com, you should, because it's amazing. The Hippie Fiasco Rides Again is going, and well, not me. I'm not figuring much out because I can figure out how to make some garden beds, but Nathan Moore is figuring out the entire process. He's always ahead of the curve to where we all talk together, where we all record together, and so I'm going to be sending some songs over his way, hopefully, and then you could join in and write your part to it, which is kind of exciting. I think there's one up there already that we kind of did a recording on Jam Cruise, and I haven't been following much on the internet, but we'll get back to it. You know, I got a garden. This is called Fighting Man. You were the hog. No, I forgot. You were crazy's child, raised in a different kind of wild. When the whirlwind came, you rode it in style, but it took your smile and it dropped you on a crooked mile. It's alright, I understand. Nothing can be easy when you're dealt that hand. Nothing's ever easy for a fighting man. You were the hardest one. You had the hardest time. And when your body broke down, you kept it running on wine. But you got hard to find, and it eased your haunted mind. It's alright, I understand. Nothing can be easy when you're dealt that hand. Nothing's ever easy for a fighting man. You're so far away, sitting in your chair at home, just hoping that those thoughts don't come. But this fight's not done, and you know you're not the only one. It's alright, I understand. Nothing can be easy when you're dealt that hand. Nothing's ever easy for a fighting man. I understand. Nothing can be easy when you're dealt that hand. Nothing's ever easy for a fighting man. Thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. So what's cooking?
Oops. Let's take a look at a Willie T. Taylor song here. This is a Wild Buckskin. It was recorded in the bathroom at Jam Cruise. If you listen to his soloed vocal or tenor, you'll hear the sound of the wind and waves. Oh. I don't know if he's going to re-sing that someday or if that's just the gold right there. I don't even know if he was just writing this song when it was recorded, so I'm sure he's changed it a little bit over time. But so this is available on the website, nathansland.com/HFRA Hippie Fiasco Rides Again, and you can download this track and add your part. You'll just download an MP3, pull it into a DAW, digital audio workstation, such as this one right here. This is Logic, the Mac native. Pretty amazing for the Apple. I mean, this isn't GarageBand. It's not what comes with it, but it's not very expensive compared to the other professional recording software stuff, and it's pretty amazing what they've done. It keeps, and then because it's Apple, it keeps growing every year there's an update with new features and stuff, and you're like, really? You're giving me that? Okay, I'll take that. But so far we've had a bass part sent in from Harry, and Bobcat Rob sent in some organ for us, and we haven't spent a whole lot of time mixing or anything, just sort of getting the parts. We had so many parts come in for the other song that's up right now, Come Over, that it's just it's all happening. Now, anything in here can be swapped out. If you're a drummer out there and you're like, what is wrong with that beat? Well, there was just a fancy click track for us. We're not attached to anything. If you're a drummer out there and wants to lay down a groove for any of these songs and any of the songs to come, then definitely. Oh, I mean, I know what you're thinking. And the answer is absolutely. Message me and I'll pull the original drums out for you. It'll be on a click. I can even bounce it with the click track, probably. I'd have to learn how to do that, but how hard could it be? There's got to be a way. I was just thinking to myself about how I've never really drank alone. I don't drink alone. If I do drink alone, it's like once in a blue moon, and it's a wild night and it's fun. But I typically don't do that. On the other hand, it's very difficult for me to leave the house without getting wasted. And I'm sure that probably means I need therapy of some sort. I don't know. But I rarely drink alone. But since it's Friday night, Lite, and I'm not alone, cheers from the comfort of home to all y'all. Check this out.
You are a wild buckskin, just laughing at the rain. You got me on a mountain top with my looking glass in hand, and I'm watching every move you make as you're tearing through the plains. Dare I dream that I'm one with you as I'm holding to your mane. And the devil can't catch up with you, and it's driving him insane. Oh, you are a wild buckskin, and I hope you never tame. Yeah, I hope you never tame. You are a wild buckskin.
It is a little bit of a a tricky form. Here, let me see something.
And I hope you never change. Yeah, I hope you never change. You are a wild buckskin.
Here's something. Changes are a little unpredictable in here. Harry goes to that. What is it? B flat. For those at home that are wanting to play along, let's see how this thing goes. It's like, oh, in tune. Let's see, what is it? Yeah, it's a B flat. D minor and B flat. Yo, wild buckskin. Da-da-da-da-da. 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 No. See, that one's a little, the timing's a little weird on that one. It's nice. The squirrel. It's a squirrel. Always used to drive me crazy because I wouldn't even know that I put squirrels in my songs, but all my songs are always jam busters because I thought I'd written something really simple, but then there was always this weird little thing I just did by nature, and I don't know. I call them squirrels. Oh, little squirrel. You got a squirrel in there. There's a squirrel. I'm a nature lover, too. So. They are a wild buckskin. All right, so I think the bass goes to that change. But we can have so much fun with your part, and don't be worried about anything. You just send it in. We'll just play. We're just in the sandbox building castles. We're not going to live in this thing. I have to stop that corner shortcut there, but I like that shortcut. But maybe I should remove that hot corner because they do that by accident a lot. All right, but I'm thinking we can grab.
You are a wild buckskin.
On the record that I just am finishing, produced by Brian Elijah Smith, who really, I'm just a folk singer, really. I love all this stuff. It's fascinating. I dream that someday I'll be able to figure it all out, just like someday I dream I'll be able to play the clarinet the way I think that I could one day if I really work hard. I find these things and there's always, it's sort of like last night I was talking about how I every conspiracy theory I hear, I believe it at first, and then I research, and then I come full circle. But I sort of like that about me, that I actually will believe crazy things right out of the gate. Like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Almost every time I'm all in. But I have that overzealous relationship with sort of everything. I'm just like, I'll start playing a clarinet for a few days, and all of a sudden I'll be like, I was put on this planet to play this clarinet. Oh my God, this is it. I found my instrument. Who knew I was supposed to be playing clarinet? Of course, forgetting that I felt the same way about the accordion 2 years before, for that hot 2 weeks there where I swore that the sky had parted, the revelation had fallen on top of my head like an apple. Just like, holy moly, this is why I'm here. playing that accordion. And I realized after a while, like there was a couple of times when because I would go through these phases really genuinely, super enthusiastically, and one day I like showed up and when I'm at the height of this with my clarinet phase, and I walk into Marino's on a Tuesday night, and I'm all excited, and I pull out my clarinet, and everybody looks at me really skeptically. I'm like, why would they be skeptical? It's clarinet. But not only is it a clarinet at an acoustic jam, but it was also after the accordion and the banjo and the cello. I think before that, actually a couple of months before, it was cello. Oh, there was a moment there where I really thought that was my purpose. Cello, man, cello, huh? I mean, it's sort of like my voice or whatever, the low end, like it just fit. I've always loved cello in my songs. I've always had an affinity for it. And I'm like, I could just play this cello. Oh, what if, and you always have to wonder because, prodigies aren't really prodigies on everything they do. They're a prodigy at one thing. I bet we're all prodigies of something we haven't tried to do yet. Why not? Why wouldn't that be true? They just got lucky. Like, oh my God, I can really play this piano. I'm only 8 and I'm Mozart or whatever. But we're all Mozart at something. Maybe. All right, what were we doing? Oh, did that work? Oh, did I do anything?
You never tame.
Now let me just get one where you're really good.
As I'm through the plains, dare I dream that I'm one with.
Let's take that. We're geeking out. I'm in heaven. You guys are so cool. This sort of works. Oh wait, did I do it wrong?
Yeah, I hope you never tame.
Yeah, that works. Good enough for now.
Wild buckskin. Ooh, how you run. You beat it like an ancient god, beating on the drum. And it's calling all the warriors, and they're coming one by one. Dare I dream that I'm one with you. Every
Yeah, I love that organ. Bobcat.
And the devil can't catch up with you. And he wants to taste your pain. You are a wild buckskin, and I hope you never tame. Yeah, I hope you never tame.
Now, who's going to take this solo? That's what I want to know. Who's going to take this solo? I remember one night Pete Oslestad said to me at Marino's, I was like, I was new there. I was young. I was like, why aren't you guys giving me any solos? And he's like, he looked at me and he goes, it's called taking solos. I want to say he said son, but I know he didn't. But I'm going to add son to that in the future just because it's called taking solos, son. Now, if you want to take this solo, and I think you do, here's how easy it is. Just go to nathansland.com, click on the quarantine square, scroll down to Wild Buckskin, click which mix you want to play to. Click free and download it. Oh, whoops. Here, let me get rid of me for a second. Click free and download which mix you want to do. Each time the mix changes radically, I add a new mix. But maybe I should just go ahead and skip to the jump and just put one in there labeled no drums, click track or something like that, because that should happen. Oh, goodness. Sounds so cool already. Yes. So you might have heard, but we are also, we're writing songs together, and we have this one in particular that Jordan Smart started. Not alone. Maybe apart, but we're not alone. And, the reason I hesitate is because it might be we're never alone. It's being written right now. Sometimes it's never alone, not alone. I don't know. Do we decide? Do we pick one? Because it's a sing-along. Maybe we should pick one. I don't know. But sometimes not alone's real nice. Sometimes never alone's really nice. But I don't know. If we were, if we are blue skying together, I would maybe say we should pick one. But I'm not sure which way I would go. I'm not sure what my vote would be. Not alone maybe is my vote. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out the windows. Pick up the phone, raise a glass. To our loved ones, is that what it is? From the comfort of home, we may be apart, but we're not alone. Is that how it goes? Is that how it goes, Sam? Sam, is that how it goes?
Oh, Nathan Moore. Yeah, you're right, Nathan. We should do Never Alone. So here's a new song, brand new song. Jordan Smart had this lyric that was kind of circling around in his head that was appropriate for the time, and he did a big text thread with me and Nathan Moore and Willie T. Taylor and said, I've got this lyric, let's write a song together. And the lyric that he had was, we may be apart, but we're never alone. And so we started kind of going back and forth with lyrics and stuff, and wrote some verses. And just yesterday, I think, or maybe it was today, I don't know, I can't keep my days straight anymore. Caitlin Gowdy from Rainbow Girls chipped in a verse too. And this song is kind of taken off as this like incredible kind of folk epic that's kind of like bringing all of us together. I should have thought of this banter beforehand before doing it right off the top of my head in front of just a computer camera light that's pointing back at me. But I kind of had this idea that all of my incredible musician friends can write their own verse to this song and record themselves singing along to a track that I think Nathan Moore is going to make, and then I can edit it all together, and we can make this like hour-long, just like epic folk song with all of our different favorite songwriters. Hopefully, we can get some of the big heavy hitters in there, and just have like each person sing their own verse that they write about we may be apart, but we're never alone. And so I'll play this song right now with all the verses that we have. Oh, we may be apart, but we're never alone. Shout out your windows and pick up your phone. Raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. Oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. That's the chorus. We've traveled this world by sea and by land. We've all been picked up when we needed a hand. And we've been knocked down, we've taken a stand. But we may be to each other. From the comfort of home, oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. We're billions of people, the whole human race, staying away from each other by staying in place, needing to be felt, and a need for a feeling that we're in this together, apart but believing that we may be apart, but we're never alone. Shout out your windows and pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other. From the comfort of home, oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. The distance has grown an unbearable size. Any plans that you've had have been compromised. Just remember that backwards ain't the way that time flies. Oh, we may be apart, but we're never alone. So shout out your windows and pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other. From the comfort of home, oh, we may be apart, but we're never alone. Oh, we may be apart, we're never alone. I like it kind of hanging out like that. Don't need to. So yeah, so Jordan Smart should take most of the credit for that. He thought of it first, and I hope that we can kind of create something beautiful with it, with all the other musicians out there, and just kind of compile like this. I don't know, it just like be this epic, incredibly long, redundant song, but kind of beautiful. Just, you know, everybody's kind of take on what they're dealing with right now and how we can all connect with each other. And the song will bring all of us together too.
Lex completely is crushing that. That's Lex and his daughter, Lucy. She talked him into doing a TikTok with him, and I don't know, she looks like she's trying to keep up with him. So, a good friend of ours, Tommy Alexander, had a new single drop today, which, I don't know, maybe is really good timing. I don't know. Maybe the song actually fits. It's sort of perfect. Check it out. Wait, I grabbed it. Where is
it? I've been sitting alone with a troubled mind, thinking about better times. I'm pretty sure it's too late to start this over. I don't want to go to work today. I'd rather smoke some weed and cry. Hey, I'll be sitting here wasting away with a troubled mind. They say you can grind the next 10 years or so. Maybe we'll start paying. Or you could learn a couple hundred Dylan songs and maybe make a living. Well, hell, I'm cutting your teeth until they're worn to the bone, and putting food up in your fridge. Maybe this time next year you give up on all this shit. 'Cause I've been sitting here wasting away with a troubled mind. I'm pretty sure
TK!
Hey, I've been sitting here wasting away with a troubled mind. Oh, with a troubled mind. With a troubled mind. Oh, the simplest truth is so hard to find. Oh, you can call it what you want to, dear. I call it hanging me on the line. Well, I've been sitting here wasting away with a troubled mind. So thanks goes out to Mr. Parking Lot. Thanks to Mr. Mall. You're turning this old neighborhood into something we could be proud of. And thanks a lot for your one-use cups and your bullshit civil stands. Yeah, the only job worth anything is one with a shovel in your hands. Oh, with a troubled mind. With a
Hey, buddy.
troubled mind.
What's going on, man?
Oh, with a troubled mind. With a troubled mind. Oh,
Yeah, it's a good one.
this truth is so hard to find. Well, I
Trying to figure this thing out.
out of bed today. Plan to watch this pass on by. Hey, I've been sitting here wasting away with a troubled mind.
Can you see like only part of my face?
Wasting away with a troubled mind.
You can hear me. All right. Who can hear who when? That's the question. I think they probably just heard you talking to me over that, but not me talking to you. And then they
that's
didn't.
funny.
And then you heard me talking to you, but they couldn't hear me talking to you. What'd you think of that song, Pip? That was cool, huh? Pretty soon this rope's gonna start looking at her wrong. You'll see.
Oh, I see. Pip's the kitty.
Yeah, Pip, kitty cam
I like it.
co-host. So that song's come a long way since you started it, huh?
Yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jordan Smart.
I have friends.
Yeah, it's good to see you. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just in my PJs. Just
What do you call
hanging out.
what do you call PJs?
What do I call them?
Yeah, what are PJs to you? You said you're in PJs, so what does that mean?
Pajamas?
I know it's pajamas, but what are pajamas to you? I wear pajama pants. I get like the plaid version with the elastic waist. Yeah, exactly. Those. That's what I was just making sure. I was
Okay.
picturing it right. It could be anything.
I don't know if you were trying to figure out how I pronounce the word pajamas,
No.
or if it was pajamas, or
Pajamas.
jams.
Is it pajamas or pajamas? It's pajamas, right?
It's interchangeable.
Yeah, it is. Depends on how you're feeling.
Exactly.
So, you're echoing a little bit. I wonder why. Are the speakers on your device?
I have headphones on.
Right. Yeah, that should short circuit them. It's probably my end. Oh, this happened last night. You're going to help me figure this out. We're going to just geek out for a split second here. I don't know any way around this, though. All right. Talk to me.
Alrighty. Is it working?
It's
How's
way.
it going?
I fixed it. Oh my gosh, what a breakthrough! Hallelujah! That was driving me crazy. I can relax. Hello. When I tried talking to my dad, everything I said echoed back to me, like right after I said it, and I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. I was like tried to just talk through it or whatever, but it was so distracting that I was just like, I can't. I can't even do
You
it.
ever have that happen? You ever have that happen on a phone call?
It. I. I remember that used to happen.
It's a strange thing.
I'm not on my phone very much anymore. More in the last 5 days than it's funny, but yeah.
That's a strange thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's also strange. I'm looking at my computer right now, and it's like minutes behind.
Oh right, yeah. The delay's crazy. It's hard interacting with the chat for that reason, because you want to go interact with the chat, but it's like, so 1 + 1 = what again?
Yeah, I just saw my pajama pants like now, which is
You're like, what song would you like to hear? And then minute and a half later, okay, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, the latency is rough. We struggle with that in all kinds of ways. We tried singing together the other night. I mean, musicians
I remember
know
that.
about, for musicians, rhythm is a pretty sacred thing, and to be, off rhythm like that is discombobulating, and it's hard to jam together. The only thing I found that works is that the person that's webcasting can sort of play along with something that someone else is doing on their stream. Like if you started singing something, because I'm streaming, I could sort of play along with you right before it goes out on my stream. I'm just sort of like adding to what you're doing, but we're not really playing together. You wouldn't be able to like riff off of me, but as long as you keep it going one direction, then I think people can maybe jam together.
Yeah.
But yeah, latency is weird. But at the same time, this technology's come a long ways. It's pretty amazing what's possible now.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
So in terms of that topic and how we're going to push those boundaries and test what's possible, are we going to turn this song into like the longest song ever written, or the Guinness Book of World Records for the folk song with the most writers? Or I feel like there's a lot of categories in the Guinness Book of World Records that we might be able to.
Dude, we might as well.
I love that Gal Gadot thing that you sent with everybody singing Imagine.
Oh, dude, it was not so cool. I'm
What a beautiful thing.
trying to find a quiet spot.
It's amazing that they made a. Was that they just made that, and I mean the quality of it was insane. Oh, look at this!
I feel
Knock
like
knock, knock knock. Who's there?
it was probably just people's iPhones. What's up, Sam?
I know, but it was so well put together that everybody's singing in the right key. The quality was really nice. I mean, it was really well done.
I think my favorite part was Will Ferrell's hair.
Oh my God! Right? It's so good.
He looked like he
so
just
good.
woke up from a nap.
Hey, Sam.
What's up, everybody?
Should we share with everybody what we're
Sam.
talking about right now?
Share with me. I can't hear you guys very well. How do I?
I might have to talk closer to the mic. I'm trying to be real quiet. Everybody's sleeping.
I think we're pretty loud.
Yeah, I think maybe it's the. Or maybe if I unplug this thing. Can you hear me now? Or
Yeah. Oh, you're clear.
That's way better.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
What happens if they make it quiet?
Yeah, it's when you have. I don't even know where I got these. I think these were probably like hand-me-downs of hand-me-downs of hand-me-downs, and they look somewhat professional, so it makes me look, kind of professional.
Yeah.
But no, they're not good. Hey, how you guys doing?
Oh, doing great.
Good. How you doing,
great.
buddy?
Doing,
It's
as well
right.
as to
Look
be
at that
expected.
glass. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, I gotta go.
Ding.
Glass of-
I gotta get sound effects going on this show. Oh, a glass of water. That'll work. It still dings.
Boy.
Yeah, I should get the toast sound, and I need a little palette of sound effects over here now. That's
You
one
really?
that's one of silver lining of this whole situation that we find ourselves in. I look at my workstation now, and I have like a tambourine to my left that's like with a wire strapped to the leg of this table. It's like I'm just like, yeah, hard times. I mean, we are we're just fastening tambourines to legs of tables.
Dude, Nathan, you're such an inspiration for your ability to. I mean, you had all the infrastructure already set up.
I
Like,
know.
it's pretty
See, I
perfect.
cheated. I completely cheated. It's all an illusion.
You're basically the Howard Stern of Facebook Live right now. Like you are like a well-built. Like you got the whole thing already built for you. But man, there's so many. I got so many questions. I mean, where do you get? I want to get one of those mics with the arm that you could just pull around and.
I got this one we did. You know, I'm cheating not only because the Hippie Fiasco Rides Again webcasted 24/7 for 4 months straight, but when I got home after doing that and wasn't traveling anymore and really missed all that kind of stuff, I started an online radio station that was on my website, and it was going every day. I did it ridiculously. So I have all these radio chops too from the Revolution Radio, and so I mean I went deep into Revolution Radio. I was making the station IDs, all the little sound effects, you know, like moving from one cut to the next and keeping it popping. Radio. I just fell in love with radio. I always sort of loved radio. So yeah, I'm
You're damn good at it.
I'm cheating. Thank you. Well, you
Yeah,
know,
you are.
you're
Yeah,
good
you're
at
really
it
good
too.
at it.
You're good at it too. You got the. If we lived in the same town, we'd probably have a podcast. I guess we
You
don't
don't
even.
need a.
We're learning now
I'll
that we
move.
don't have to live in the same town to have a podcast.
No, you don't need to. Look
Yeah,
at us
it's
go.
not. Yeah. It's very
Dude,
true.
that's essentially what you're doing, bud.
It's so
Yeah.
fun. All right. My notes so far about the song. One is I really like. I like that pause that you put in when you were like. There's one version that you sent where you sing, "I've been knocked down for taking a stand." Am I
Yeah.
wrong about that? Because sometimes
No,
my
that's
favorite
what-
lyrics are in songs.
The misheard ones.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
you
a
know what?
half an enchilada, and you think you're gonna
Right,
drown.
right.
That's the way the world
Yeah.
goes round.
And I've definitely and I know that so dearly that even when people come up to me and they've misremembered a lyric of mine, but they're complimenting me on it, he's like, you know, there's one line in one of your songs that really's always stuck with me. That's usually how it starts, and I'm always like, oh no, here it comes. Here comes completely not what I sing at all. That's happened so many times, but I'm just like, oh, that's so great.
You don't
It's
wanna
just
ruin it
yeah,
for
it's just hard. You don't want to be like, well, actually, what I said was the opposite of that. I was, yeah, it's so funny. But that there's been quite a few. There's been a couple that were actually really meaningful mishears of lyrics, especially in Bob Dylan songs. It's like, oh, you finally read the lyrics years later, and you're like, oh, interesting. Okay, but. So maybe I misheard it, but I like that. I like the
No, that's
been
what it was.
knocked down for taking a stand or something
Yeah,
cool
that's
about
what
that.
that's what it was. That I think that was the first one that I sent with the verse in it. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I
And
don't
there
know.
was, and I can't remember if I. Oh yeah, and we already fixed the shout out the windows instead of shout from the windows.
Shout
So
out,
it has
yeah.
so it has the double meaning of smashing the glass with your shout and shouting out the
We
windows.
could just change it to smash out the windows.
I always try to make the one thing I got really good at songwriting, because I spent thousands and thousands of hours practicing, is if I can change one word and make a line mean two things instead of one, or if I can change two words and have it mean three things instead of two, that's what I'm doing always. It's like I'm just trying to create meaninglessness or something. Because, you know,
Interesting.
and one of the hardest things
I
I've
think
ever.
like
One of the hardest things I've ever done is typed out the lyrics for like a CD or something, because then you have to choose like the spelling of a word. I'm like, no, it's both. Like, it's like you can sing a line but you don't want to choose one of the spellings of a word that you're playing both ways, because it means, which way you spell it changes the meaning of the line, and it works so great both ways. That's my accomplishment, and you're making me throw it away by writing these lyrics out. But
the ambiguity is kind of like what's so perfect about it. What's so about it?
It really
is when
is.
you're trying to take, it's like a punchline to a joke. You're trying to take somebody down this one path, and then you're going back this other direction. But if you're still heading down, you're like going in both directions at once.
Right, exactly.
That's the best.
Woo! It's a high wire. It's exciting. It's exciting. It's fun. Thrilling ride.
Yeah. This is how the sausage is made, everybody on Facebook Live. This is how it works.
So should we create a basic track for people to sing to? Or do we want them to do a cappella?
Yes.
Or
I think that would be cool.
No, I think we should definitely have a basic track, and then people should listen in their headphones and then sing, and then much in the same way that you're doing the thing on your website.
Is
send
anybody
that track, and then I can overlay it.
Anybody volunteering to do that yet?
I don't really. I mean,
to make that.
Yeah,
you guys are probably more equipped to do that than I am. I don't really have much.
Yeah.
All I've got is my iPhone, and I know you can do stuff with it, but
right,
you definitely got a little better setup there.
Well, you really can do stuff with your iPhone, though. Do you have app? Not saying that you should do, but you did start the song, so. Do you have Apple earphones, the ones with the little knob and the mic that's on it, and the volume knobs?
Yeah, we have some.
You have one of those? That mic isn't bad.
It might what?
That mic.
Oh, it isn't bad.
Isn't bad. You can get some cool sounds, and if you can even like leave it off of you, like hanging from something, like go in the bathroom, or so your rustling doesn't rustle it.
Oh yeah, that was the trouble I always had with those.
Yeah, just leave it dangling dangerously over the toilet water, just like. But the echo you'll get from the bowl.
I come to think of it, I do have I never use it because I'm just not a very tech or audio savvy. I guess I'm more tech savvy than I am like audio gear. But I have a nice like Zoom handheld, like a H4n,
those are great. I record stereo.
Yeah, they are. I've heard people that have like released tracks that they only use that, and they like because you can overdub on them, or
you can
you can multi-track on them, and the one that I have is a multi-track, and I've heard people
infinite, or is there a limit?
I think it's probably limited. You might be able to bounce. You might
does
be able
it
to
immediately
bounce down.
meld them, like, or can you bounce out individual tracks?
I think you can bounce them.
Wow, see, that's the future right there. That's amazing.
So I could record
cool.
like an acoustic guitar part, but I don't know if it's just my own self-critic that I've never liked anything that I recorded on it, or I don't know how to mix it right to make it sound. Maybe
right.
understand.
But we can always replace it later.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
and it might work, and it would come from you, which is cool because you sound different than I do. We all sound so different.
Yeah.
But I guess it's a pretty straight.
It should definitely be done to a click, though.
Yes, it has to be done to a click.
Absolutely.
But you have GarageBand on your phone, right?
I've got it on my computer. Yeah.
Yeah, GarageBand.
That's a good one. Yeah, I've got that. Yeah, well, if we could figure out the beats per minute, and
that's step one. Well, why don't we try to do that? Let's see.
Right now?
Go for it.
Wait. I feel like I downloaded an app for that. Hold on, let me see. Oh, I don't have it here.
Hey, speaking of
it's like
apps,
a tap tempo thing. Yeah, go ahead. Fire away.
I'm gonna plug some companies that I don't even care about, but they're cool. Korg and Moog both put out Did you see those apps that they
No,
put out for
I
free?
remember hearing about that, but I forgot. I'm glad you're reminding me.
Dude, it's super fun. The Chaosilator app is it's really entertaining.
It is
It's really entertaining. Yeah,
nice.
you can make beats like it's just like this square on the screen that's lit up, and you just swipe all over it, and you can
What's it called?
it's called Chaosilator. Can you hear that?
Yeah, what is that?
That's the furnace turning on. I'm sitting in a closet.
Is it cold?
It is. Yeah, it's supposed to get down to like 30 down here.
Just the letter K in oscillator?
KAOS.
Ah,
Later.
gotcha. There it is. Downloading. All right, maybe we can figure out the beats per minute with this app.
I don't know that it'll do that.
You said you could make a beat with it.
You can. You could. Yeah, I guess you could probably figure it out maybe. Also, Moog has a synthesizer app. That is.
I have one Moog already. I wonder if it's the same one. Do they only have one? Oh, we lost Sam.
I don't know if they only have the one. I just saw that the apps were free for now. Since they know we're all broken, stuck at home. There you are.
What did he do? He did something. He changed. Something's different. Did you cut your hair? Did you get a haircut?
Yeah.
Have you been working out since the last time I saw you?
Well, I kind of had a little panic attack when everything just kind of froze up for about. So that got my blood pumping and my cardio going. So yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, it's Friday night here. Hippie Fiasco rides again. We're hanging out at the club. 3 handsome devils.
Dude, swipe your finger on that square. Just move it around.
Oh. Yeah, we got Jordan in the house. Sam Chase. Friday.
Dude, they have so many settings on there, though.
So is that the right rhythm for our song?
I think that's
You
it.
may be apart, but never alone. Shout out the window, pick up your phone. It's close. Raise a glass to your friends from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone.
Here it is, folks.
I like those apps you can shake your phone and it warbles. Is that happening? Maybe apart.
I don't know if there's a warble.
That is amazing. Holy moly.
Just wait till you dig into it, and there's so many settings. There's so many crazy things you can do.
Oh wait, sorry, I was in the wrong key. Our song's in G. Here we go. $127. Right now it's at 127 beats per minute. All right, you're the originator, Jordan. Is that a good rhythm for your song?
It seems a little fast.
Okay, let's take it down. We'll go down to 120. Or there's tap tempo in here. We could tap out the tempo.
That's all you need.
That's 120. 120.
I think it should be like a waltz too. Can you make it a waltz?
Oh, right.
But you can change it. You can do anything you want with that app, babe.
I can't even do it.
Anything you want with that app, babe.
Besides play guitar.
Oh
What is
wait,
this app called?
The K Oscillator.
Chaos Later.
And it's actually it's actually like a tangible physical device, but this is just like the app that is the device. But you can buy a K Oscillator and like people have them attached to their guitars and play. They're pretty crazy things, man.
Is it spelled like it sounds?
It's with a K.
Where would I choose 3/4 instead of 4/4?
Let me. I don't know.
I bet
Let me
it doesn't
look.
do 3/4.
Dude, I'm pretty sure you can do whatever you want.
How the hell do you spell K Oscillator with a K? Is it a K-H?
How quick I forget. Of course we can do whatever. Of course we can do whatever we want. Yeah, KAOS.
Okay, Nathan.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I got it. Do you see the 16 out of 16 length at the bottom? On the bottom right?
Pork K Oscillator.
Wait, the 64/16 length? Yeah.
Just click on that.
But then what?
I don't know.
I know, right?
Well, we can. You have to be able to.
32/16? Would that be it? No, that's still. I don't. If they do 3/4, I'm gonna just mail them money. Just because I'm so impressed.
What is 3/4 if you?
1, 2, 3.
What's 3/4 divided by 16?
1, 2, 3.
Hey Sam, what's 3/4 divided by 16?
I'm a musician, buddy.
Because that's what we got to figure out here. I tell you what, right now.
Somebody call somebody smart. Can we get somebody smart in this whereby?
It ain't me, bud.
Jordan went to figure it out. He's out of here. He went to get a calculator.
Oh, wait, I got Siri for this shit. Wait,
Oh.
what are we trying to do here?
I was kidding.
We're trying to find how we
it does
split
seem
this
like
bill between the three of us with a 20% tip.
Right. 20%
Yeah.
tip. The service wasn't even that good. But yeah, it's everything on their length page is in divisions of 16.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh wait. No. 3/16. Oh, hold on. We can do whatever we want, right?
I think so.
Okay, but I'm not going to figure that out now.
316.
There's not a big button that says waltz, so
Yeah.
we're doomed.
Well, 3/4 and 3/16, kind of, maybe 16. Maybe
6/16s?
it's 4 bars. Maybe it's 4 bars.
Let's see.
It's like a loop of 4 bars. No.
3/4 is to n over 16. So it'd be 4 times 4 is 16. So 4 times 3, it'd be 12/16, maybe. No.
That seems needlessly complicated.
That might be right, though. That might have been right.
It might be right, but needlessly complicated.
Yeah.
It's meant for people like us to not even really delve into this complicated world of free apps.
It behooves us.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm still trying to figure out Minesweeper.
dude.
I got the hot tip today. I've never even heard of these games, but I have 3 games that I downloaded onto my phone because someone was raving about them on Facebook and how they were giving them away free today.
What'd you get?
I'm hopping right on this stuff. I don't really even play games on my phone, but I decided I'd do it because everybody else was. Odyssey and Adventure. Team Alto Odyssey. I just opened it for the very first time. I have no idea what it is.
All I see is Jordan Smart's face.
Yeah, no, that was pretty
reflection
weird.
on the screen. I'm like, that's enough. Download that.
Whoa, this game's a
that's
little
cool.
intense.
Is that an atomic blast? Well, look at that cool thing you got there.
I was trying this earlier. It's my.
It ain't working.
It ain't
No, it's
working.
not working at all, but it's cool. I dig it.
Oh wait, there it is. There you can see it. I just had to tilt it right.
Alto Odyssey.
Yeah, I wonder what it's gonna be.
I'm gonna download that too.
Altos. They have like 3 games for free at the moment. I just grabbed all 3. I'll report back.
Cool.
I'll report back after the next time I go to the bathroom. Let you know. Let you know how it goes. Why isn't it doing something interesting? My arm's getting tired. I bet I have to swipe or something. Oh, tap to start. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait.
Cool.
Welcome to the endless desert. It's a vast and mysterious place, so let's prepare for the journey ahead. Tap to continue. Oh, I'm like skiing in the sand. Tap to jump over rocks.
Oh, yeah, I played that game.
Oh, this looks like fun. I'm going to like this. Oh. Collect coins and exchange them for useful items in Izel's workshop. No.
Yeah, you ski and you jump over stuff.
Tap and hold to do a backflip. Be careful not to land on your head. Good advice.
So it's basically Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right. Gathering coins like Mario. Tap and hold to backflip. Oh, it's mad at me that I didn't backflip when it told me to.
Yeah, I dig that because I stopped playing video games as soon as it was not running from one side of the screen to the other side of the screen and to kill bad guys just jumping on them. As soon as like the game kind of progressed beyond that into the 3D realm, I was like, I'm completely lost, and you've lost me completely with video games.
Right.
It's like I need to like jump on bad guys and run.
2-dimensional only.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see you guys.
You too, buddy.
You too, man. Is that you're checking out? Just into the game now?
No, I'm glad you guys came over. It's really cool.
Well, here, we should just text Nathan. I think we could probably get a better response from him. I'm going to text him pictures of my cat.
Oh, man. I suck at this so far. I keep landing on my... Oh! Okay. That actually does look like it's going to be fun. The further you go, you have the scarf that you're wearing, and it grows. So I bet you'll get completely addicted to how long your scarf is. Like, oh, man, that thing was so long. And then as soon as you die, I guess it's back to where you started.
Kind of like Snake.
Snake. Oh, I remember Snake.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was in like a maze.
It was kind of like...
You had to avoid your tail or something.
Oh, you selected amount of space, and then like the more things you ate, the longer your snake got, and you couldn't get your tail.
Right. That's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a really good one. Did you know for a long time? I don't know if you can still do it. I'm actually gonna test it right now. For a long time, on YouTube, when you would wait for a video to load, and the little circle would go around, if you pushed your up arrow on your keyboard, it would start a game of Snake.
Oh, that I remember that.
Yeah. That does sound familiar.
That's so cool. You were like looking forward to the next time your computer crashed. What a nice little pleasant reward for when things go wrong. Like, oh, sorry we suck, but here's a cool game of Snake.
While you wait.
I guess that doesn't really happen anymore because everything loads so fast. Damn, it was fun while it lasted.
It was fun. Okay,
all the good old days.
All the good old days. So, well, as far as back to the topic at hand, because we should get this track up on the website by morning. Yeah. By morning, right?
Well, it's all right, Nathan.
Go for it, buddy.
Get it?
I'm on it. So it's a 127 waltz with a Chaos oscillator and maybe 120.
Oh, I was gonna type up the chords and the lyrics for the chorus at least, and we could type up the lyrics.
I got all the lyrics. I can send them over right now.
You got them? Oh yeah, sweet. You got them typed up. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
I can text you right now.
And if you're out there, folks, you too should write a verse for this song and record yourself singing the chorus. And we all sing together. It'd be cool just to put 50 random vocals shouting that chorus. I just want to
That's
hear
what
that sonically.
That's
So
what I
here's my
wanna
thing:
hear.
is like, we get each person to sing their individual verse, and then they also sing the subsequent chorus.
They're added. Each
Build,
person
then-
that sings a verse, then their voice is added to the chorus.
Yeah.
So a new
Yeah.
voice comes in, but then they're always in the chorus. So the first
Yeah.
chorus is just Jordan. The
Yes.
second chorus is Jordan and whoever sings the second chorus. The third chorus is Jordan, whoever sang, and so
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Oh.
And the video will just build. So it's like, say on the third chorus, there's only 3 boxes, much like we're watching right now. But, 20 choruses in, it's everybody. So,
Right,
it's like
right.
John Prine is over here. And, we got Willie Nelson over here.
Absolutely,
We got,
why not?
Celine
They'd
Dion
love
is
it.
right over here. We
They'd
got
love it.
Shakira singing a little verse over here. We got Springsteen. We got, it's going to be, all the people.
No,
and then,
and
then
John
there's a-
Prine's verse is just going to be like, oh.
Chase.
Wait, would you say that again?
And then there's a little Jordan Smart, a little Nathan Moore over here, and a little Sam Chase over here, surrounded by the dude from Coldplay and like
Bono.
Biscuit, is doing their thing, and
Who invited Fred Durst? We are all in this together.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm gonna play Caitlin's version for the webcast real quick. You guys hang on for a
Oh, yeah.
second.
Yeah.
Maybe mute your mics. Might be the easiest way to do it. I have to get a little more savvy.
Okay.
Yeah, this version came in. Caitlin Gowdy from the Rainbow Girls wrote a verse for it and sent it in. I think there were only 2 verses then.
Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone. 'Cause we shout from the windows and we pick up the phone. Raise a glass to each other in the comfort of home. Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone. When the distance has grown an unbearable size, any plans that you had have been compromised, just remember that backwards ain't the way the time flies. Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone. 'Cause we shout from the windows and we pick up the phone. Raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone. Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone.
Do we talk about Not Alone or Never Alone?
I think it should be Not Alone
Just Not Alone. Yeah.
across the board.
And is it we all the time? We may be alone, but we may be apart, but we're not alone. Wait, I
As
can't hear
opposed
you,
to-
Jordan. I
Yeah,
think
I mean-
you're still.
If there's anything that Willie T contributed to this, it was definitely the we factor.
Right, right. Yeah, amen. Right. I got the entire Grapes of Wrath audiobook today. I think I'm gonna go live one day and just do the whole 8-hour thing with I don't know, on Pip Cam or something, on the Kitty Cam.
Oh, hell yeah. Wheelie T. Taylor.
Wheelie,
What's up, Wheelie?
wheelie.
Wheelie T. Wheelie T.
I love it.
Oh, where the hell's that guy?
Yeah, where is that guy? What's he up to?
Probably,
Farting around.
living his life to the best of his ability.
Gardening. He's gardening.
Gardening, microdosing mushrooms and gardening.
Bubble guying it up.
Yeah, yeah. You don't get that good at bubbles without a lot of practice, and you got to stick with it too. You can't. It's not like riding a bike. You got to do it regularly, or it all falls apart.
Yeah.
It's like performing. I'm so jealous when I see you guys perform now because y'all are doing it still. Y'all play a lot of used to play a lot of shows back when the world was open.
I should be in Europe right now. I had a show in Sheffield, England tonight.
Oh my good, Sheffield, England tonight. Oh, that's sad. I've never even been overseas. Wow.
Either.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah,
been? Really? This was your
My
big
first
trip to
European
Europe?
tour. My first European tour.
Wow.
I've been overseas, on vacation and stuff, but this would have been my first trip to a country that speaks English as a first language, which is like, it's great when you go to a country that doesn't speak English as a first language because you get that really crazy cultural experience, but it's hard to make friends, and I was really looking forward to going to England, just making friends with some people that I could talk to and make friends with and stuff.
Yeah, and they'll understand your songs when you sing them and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm like a novelty because I have this like cool accent, like I have this romantic sounding accent to them.
You do?
To them.
Who told you that?
British people. I'm a novelty over there. Okay? I'm not who you think I am over there. Over there, I'm
Right. I mean, it's a lot of artists have been like that. I have friends and I have heroes that I never met or whatever, but still, America, they never made it here. But like Bill Hicks was a good example of a comedian. Like if it wasn't for England, he would have died a very angry man, I think. Or like England sort of let him go out with some grace. Well,
with some money,
with some,
angry man.
right. But I mean, I don't mean angry. I mean bitter. And he's still a little bitter. But I'm just so grateful that he found an audience towards the end, so he could leave with some grace. Because if he hadn't found that, oh gosh, if he hadn't found that, yes, sir.
I caught your conspiracy talk last night.
Oh yeah.
And you just mentioned Bill Hicks, and one of my favorite conspiracies is that
Alex Jones is Bill Hicks.
Alex Jones is Bill Hicks.
Right. Hey, I dove down that website.
Oh, boy.
I studied the evidence of that one. It's so fun. It's so fun because I'm particularly fascinated with it too because I actually lived in Austin, Texas, around the same time as both of them, and I was doing a show on Austin Access in Austin, Texas. They had Access TV station. It was a TV station, but it was owned by the city, and they had to allow anybody to broadcast from it. So you would go and you do like a 4-hour class, and then you'd be like, okay, and then you'd fill out a place on the schedule, and you could have a freaking show. That's where Alex Jones got his start, and that's where a lot of old Bill Hicks clips are from his friend that had a show on Austin Access. So yeah, I mean.
The dots are already lining up.
So I can attest that in fact, it's very likely that there's some truth to the idea that Alex Jones is actually Bill Hicks.
There's some truth to that. It's either all true or it's just not.
Well, that sucks.
That's no
fun.
Trump. That's what I've been thinking for a long time.
Yeah, how can you give up on that? On the moon.
Yeah, I mean, Andy Kaufman, he died right around the time Donald Trump was coming up in the real estate business. All of a sudden, they just disappeared. And you never seen them together and in one room.
Right.
And also,
you know what's going to happen? It's going to turn out that Andy Kaufman is the only human being to ever step foot on the moon.
Andy.
Follow me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. We explore it in depth. Andy Kaufman is the only human being. The whole Buzz Aldrin, that giant leap for mankind stuff. That was all a hoax.
I think we live in a Truman Show type scenario.
Every
single person in my life that I'm surrounded with, both you guys, everybody else, everybody that's watching, you're all played by Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman is just doing this big long con on me And it's like every single person around me is Andy Kaufman.
We're busted. We're busted. God, we've been waiting your whole life for you to freaking figure it out.
Prove me wrong, Andy. See, Jordan's out of here. I see.
God, I wish I had some. I wish I had some serious CGI to pull, or just one of those FaceTime things that would make my head Andy Kaufman right now. I'd be riffing hard.
I've never seen you and Andy Kaufman in a room together.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Explain that. Explain that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. Nobody else has any thing they want to. I think it's a bunch of Andy Kaufmans. What do you expect?
So, do either of you guys have a conspiracy theory that, or what some would call a conspiracy theory that you believe? Do you believe something that other people would call a conspiracy theory, or most people even?
No, I just have theories.
Mm.
I don't believe them.
No juicy ones? Oh, you don't believe them?
No.
Mm.
Because it's just a theory.
I really like Sasquatch a lot.
It's true. Yeah, right? Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope there's a Sasquatch. And you know what? I hope that it goes like all the way to the, like, I hope he's like some, like, you know, interdimensional being that can like hop between dimensions and, you know, all the like crazy woo-woo stuff that like goes all the way to the fringes of that actual conspiracy theory. I hope all of that's true.
Oh, me too.
I don't necessarily adhere to it, but man, wouldn't that be cool?
I am not even kidding you. I'm not pulling your leg, but when I was a kid, I got a camera and I used to walk in the woods around my dad's house looking for Bigfoot. I wanted to get the next picture after the one I saw in the book.
I'm not surprised by that.
You know, when I was a kid, there was no internet or anything. You just had a book that said that there's a Bigfoot and there's a picture of a Bigfoot and you're like, holy crap, there's a Bigfoot. I got a camera for Christmas. I'm going to go get a picture of Bigfoot.
You got one of those like long skinny ones?
I come back.
That was one of those cameras?
No, I think it was a square, but it was definitely the same quality. And then there was one time when at a wedding with my cousins, we were probably like 12 years old, where we faked a Bigfoot photo with our older cousin Eric. Me and Travis plotted it out. We were the younger cousins, and we were like, "We'll get Eric to be Bigfoot. We just have to get him all blurry, you know, like just move fast or something." And so we were trying to fake. I mean, we were 12 years old already trying to create fake proof of Bigfoot.
You're part of the problem.
Part of the problem. That's what I'm realizing now. This is all hitting me at once.
Yeah.
I have not helped matters much.
Yeah, you know, Willie's actually really into Bigfoot too. And when we were on tour, we just, we delved pretty deep together on those long drives, just kind of going into, you know, deep into the, you know, like talking about like more rational Bigfoot likelihood.
Right,
right.
Of course.
Going into the, you know, like it's probably like, you know, some sort of hominid that is running around the Pacific Northwest right now.
Right. I mean, what?
Because that's totally likely.
It's completely likely. Yeah.
Yeah, you had that Wahoo from Yakima that says that he was driving with his wife and kids and saw one run across the street. I mean, that's scientific proof right there.
Uh-huh. Yep.
You know, and then we, you know, go deep into the like, you know, quantum. And I really hope that he's an interdimensional traveler that just comes to our dimension to.
Now, are we talking about Sasquatch or Willie T. Taylor now?
Oh, Willie T.
What's a
is definitely an interdimensional traveler.
Yeah, because I really think that's probably true. Yeah, absolutely.
We know it's true.
Travels over here to use the bathroom and sing a couple songs, and then he goes back to his home.
Right. Exactly. Feels like that.
I got one. I had an idea one time. I was reading about how, you know the story of ayahuasca and how that
sort
came
of
about. Like, so
I gotta watch that documentary.
The people who discovered it in South America were, when they were asked how they knew to combine these two plants, this vine and this leaf.
Oh, I have heard this.
It was that the plants told them.
Right.
So I was kind of pondering on that one day, and then I started thinking about how technology has just become so integrated into our lives. And so these plants, obviously, we can't see their consciousness, so it must exist somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's an interdimensional kind of thing. What if technology has the same kind of thing, that like, or at some point technology has gained consciousness? Maybe in the future, maybe in another dimension, maybe across the universe, there is a technology-based race that is conscious, that can coax humanity into the, what is it that Kurzweil guy calls it?
The singularity?
Symbiosis or singularity,
The
yeah.
singularity, yes.
So what if we're being coaxed into the singularity on Earth?
Why
Maybe
would they coax us?
I don't know, maybe there's a
Is it like
That's something for the robots to understand that we
right?
don't.
Are they imperialistic? Are they?
Yes.
They're like
Computer.
the Borg, or they're trying to assimilate us into their fold.
Computer aliens from across the universe
That would explain a lot.
I don't know.
Makes perfect sense.
Right.
No.
Right.
Where does Sasquatch fit in, though? Explain that.
Yeah, explain that. Yeah.
They would,
Okay, I got it. Okay, so like, so like the technology takes over, and it you know, humans are either like enslaved or they escape, and then over hundreds and hundreds of years, maybe even thousands of years, like this other like race of humans that kind of veered away from the enslavement kind of became these wild animals again, and like had to evolve in order to adapt to this like crazy new environment. So they got bigger and they got hairier because it's cold out, and so they almost like evolved into these like like, you know, strong but upright creatures that
Oh, man.
then maybe they like, you know, hacked into the system of the enslavers, you know, this technology that had already figured out how to go into like different quantum realms and like go into different universes, and different worlds, and then, you know, found a wormhole into ours, and then they come in here just to like go on vacation and just chill out and get away. You know what I mean? It's like get away from everything. It's like the enslaving technology people, like they're just such dicks. You know, we get out here and, you know, we get to hang out with all these like super simple, short little beings that, you know, every time we see them, they freak out and, you know, want to take pictures. And,
Right.
you know, it's like going on vacation.
You know what I'm still hung up on that you said is the idea that something might have to, that self-preservation might involve devolving, because, you know, like you always think of evolution as being a self-preservation mechanism to a certain, a self-promoting, a self-propagating, or whatever the words are. But what I'd like to have a biologist in here and say, are there any moments in nature where something had to devolve in order to survive? And what that could entail? That maybe we make fun at you know, that there's I feel like I feel like I'm going to get myself in trouble for calling people not smart. I don't know if there's a way to. How do you do that? How do you call people not smart, Mr. Smart?
Ignorant.
but maybe they're like fearlessly leading us towards where we need to go in order to survive something our future intelligence would destroy us with.
Well, think about like those species of animals that have, you know, evolved to lose their eyesight and just lose their eyes completely because they hang out in dark places. You know, it's like, would you call that evolving or devolving because you're losing something?
Right. Good point.
It's just something you don't need anymore. So it's still evolving. But I mean, I was saying like it's like devolving.
Right,
you know,
right.
Back to this kind of like hominid ape-like creature but it's like you're still evolving into that like new thing that needs to be. Like you don't need to be these like soft, fleshy, hairless, shitty
Androids.
animals that we are right now.
Right. Right.
Well, fellas, on that note, I think I need to call it a night.
Well, thanks for stopping by. I think we got a good plan. It was a good talk. Good talk. Good talk.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna get my handheld recorder thing out and try and do a little guitar track or something. We'll stay in touch.
That'll be great. That'll be great. And at the very least, let me know how it went and what beats per minute you settled on.
You got
Thank
it.
you.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night, buddy. Love you, dude.
Love y'all.
Sweet sleep. No, I missed the comforting hum of his radiator.
It was nice. I think it's this beard.
I would
think
sleep like a baby to that radiator. I would cut it on just to go to sleep. Just like, when it would go off, I'd get up and cut the thermostat down just so I could fall asleep to that sound.
You know, oftentimes when I'm sitting up late at night and I can't sleep, I think back to the time when we were on Jam Cruise and you had that app on your iPad that was just the sound of the ocean.
Yeah.
Really, really loud. And it's like, we could have just opened the door.
Right. Just right there.
The water there. But it was this loud, just blaring, just ocean sounds. And I may or may not have had a lot of tidal like tsunami nightmares.
Right.
That while sleeping, but also I didn't have any snoring nightmares. Just
right. It was either going to be tsunami or Sasquatch nightmares.
Yeah. But I do think back to that. I'm like, I gotta get that app.
I'm just going to say hey to the chat real quick. Hey, we are here with you. We're here live. Hey, Tim. I'm excited for your stream. Tim Bloom is going live on Monday, I believe it is.
Nice.
I know he's got something cooking. Hey, Swaby, how's it going? Pamela, good to see you guys. Yeah, I haven't been interacting with the chat a whole. It's hard on the Facebook thing, especially if you're on your. You were streaming earlier today. The window's so small, it moves erratically. It seems like there's a crazy delay. You can't really have a back and forth, and so that makes it a little tougher. I think if people, anybody that continue to evolve down this path, there's way better ways to chat. Like all the Twitch streamers and stuff know all about it. Discord. We should all the chat should be happening on Discord. But that's a lot to ask this early in the game. But it could be coming down the pipeline. Discord.
I just got on the OBS thing. Like
it's cool, isn't it?
Oh, it's so rad. But there's just such a lag. It's like a 30-second lag.
You did a really great job with your cast today. I thought, and the way you have your info in the corners and everything is really, really well done. So cool.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks. It was a big learning curve. It was hard to figure it out. I'm not a super technical.
I've seen people, the friends of mine that are webcasting every day their webcast gets a little better. It's really fun to watch. Yeah. We're at day 5 and people are already like way better than day 1. Their lighting's better, their sound's better. And I'm like, whoa, this is amazing what's happening right here. I don't know about anything else,
but
my
whole room into my merch store. I'm on 2 weeks in now. Like I've been locked in for 2 weeks.
Oh, I didn't know that shit was for sale. Let me say, I like that.
Man, what do you need? I got you.
I don't know. Maybe if I get the tank top, it'll inspire me to exercise.
Oh yeah, you want one of these?
Is that a woman's shirt or does it not matter?
No, it's a men's. Well, it covers up all the parts.
Oh, that'll make that'll make me work out right there. I might need that just for motivation.
I'll send this to you.
Sold.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, you got it.
What size is that one?
It's an extra large, but
I'm at least an extra large.
Dude, I put one on tonight because I was thinking that I needed like a loose fitting tank top, and I put it on, and it was way tighter than I.
Than it should be.
I think it's because I hope it's because I've been. Well, I hope it's just a poorly sized hood or a tank top, but I think it's because I've been locked indoors for 2.5 weeks at this point, and just drinking and eating myself silly, and
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. You know, one thing I'm a little distracted by your flesh tones here. My face is red, and yours is nice. And I can't. I've tried a million things to get rid of this red, but I think it's because I'm so close to my giant computer screen. That's like the hub
You
of
can
this whole
color correct
operation.
on your. You can color correct on your OBS right now, and you can just take your saturation down and pull your tint
What?
away
All
from
right,
purple.
all right. Help me here. Let's.
So go to your sources. I think it's sources, and you click on the plus icon, and you pull up.
Oh, that didn't work. Hold on.
Yeah.
I just tried. I just tried to get fancy,
Oh yeah.
and I just tried to get fancy, and it didn't work.
So go to your display capture down there, or video capture device.
Hold on. I got lost.
Uh,
Oh, there it is. Okay, it is sort of working. Okay, so where am I going?
So go to your video capture device that you have in that.
Okay.
Yeah, right there, and right click on that. Or no.
On.
So you click out of that.
Oh, right click
So
on it.
Right click.
Okay.
And go to filters.
Oh, filters.
And then go to audio video or effect filters at the bottom of that there on the plus sign, the plus thing. Click on that and go to color correction. And then okay. And then
look at that.
Saturation down. And that'll pull like the pink out, and then you can take your hue shift, and you can also pull the well, now that you got that light on, you got a yellow orange light hitting you that's taking the pink away from your face. But that hue shift you can also adjust as well in order to take the pink out.
My
so
God.
The more that you affect the hue, the less saturation you want. So if you pull the hue in such a way that it like kind of takes the purple out of your face, pull the saturation down. Now you can pull the contrast up a little bit. Give yourself a little definition, maybe a little jawline.
Oh my goodness.
Deepen, beef up that beard a little bit.
What's gamma do?
Gamma is a little intense. Yeah, you can pull it down a little bit, and it really like blacks the blacks or whites the whites, and it just makes it really a little too intense. A little dab will do you on the gamma.
So what were you saying about the hue shift and saturation again?
So move hue shift around, and you'll see. Just pull it all
look at
the
that.
way. So yeah. So what you want is something just a little bit off center, and you can kind of. What you really need is a tint, and I haven't figured out how to do that just yet. But if you pull the hue just a little bit off and then pull the saturation down, you can kind of pull the pinks out of your face. You
can even A/B it right here in this window.
Oh yeah. So turn your light off that you just turned on.
What is that? Is that not good?
Well, because you
I cut it off. I cut it off.
Before.
Well, I cut it off earlier because I was like, my face is so red, and I cut the light off, but then my face was still red. So I was like, well, if we're going to fix the redness, I'll cut the light back on.
Okay. Well, here, pull the brightness down a little bit if you're going to keep the light on. Yeah, there we go. So that evens out your face a little bit. You're not blown out in certain parts of your face. And then what you want to do is pull the hue shift just enough that it goes a little bit more towards green. And like pull some of that pink out of your face.
Is green to the right?
I think it's to the left. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so you want it ever so slight, a little bit less. So it's like you still want pink in your face, but you want a little bit of that green in there so that it adds just a little bit.
Like that?
A little bit less. Pull it to like 15. Negative 15. Yeah, there we go. See that? That looks a little bit more human, right? That's good.
And
if it's still a little pink for you, you can pull down the saturation a little bit.
I'm so happy right now. You're giving me keep keep. I feel like I owe you a shirt now. So hey, I actually have
This is
this awesome tank with your name on it.
Yeah, this is what I do for a living. And pull up the contrast to about 20 to 0.20. Yeah, there we go. Give yourself a little grit. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah, doesn't that look good?
Here, I'm gonna go full screen for the webcast so they can see the new me. How about that? I got a stylist. I got a digital stylist. Can you do? Can you,
man?
can you
I'm
do
here
my
for
nails?
ya.
Can you do my nails now?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Just looking out.
That's huge. That's huge. Who knew?
There's a select number of effects that are. It still looks a little. Well, the quality doesn't look so good right now.
Are you looking at the webcast or here?
I'm looking at whatever this whereby thing is.
Yeah, no, this is separate.
Oh, let me see.
I'm capturing this and sending it to the webcast. I should change the size of this window too to get rid of all the toolbars. I can go full screen. There's still some.
Kendi says you look gorgeous.
You do too. But it is an improvement, isn't it? Isn't that cool?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of effects. Well, there's not a lot of effects, but there's like a select, small number of effects.
Yeah, that was a window I'd never even seen before. You just, that whole right click on that, I didn't know any of that stuff existed.
Oh, yeah. I've been kind of delving deep into it for the last 4 days because I haven't had anything to do. I'm just sitting here.
Right, and it makes sense to you because you work in color. I have no idea about any of that. That's so cool. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah,
so what do you want to do now?
I don't know. Let's check out the kitty cam.
Me? I'm not making any noise. Look at those kitties.
Because I want the iTunes to go to the cast. I want your voice right now to go to the cast. I'm trying to, when I'm mixing the songs in Logic. That was a tough one.
Yeah.
I just thought, it's like eating ice cream too fast sometimes. When an issue comes up and I'm streaming and it's like a moment where I'm nervous already. I'm like, oh, and I can't figure out what could possibly be going wrong. But slow baby steps. I had a huge breakthrough today in terms of this app and the audio routing of it. So that's.
I'm so in awe of what you've been able to achieve. Like the fact that you can even pull up Logic. I mean, the fact that you can just pull all of us into one thing on OBS system.
But you got it. You're 24 hours away from doing that.
I'm close. I'm trying to do double cameras right now. I've got like multiple cameras set up, and I just can't figure out how to get them working.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got, my video camera, my Canon C100, and then I got a DSLR that I wanted to hook up, and it's just. I was thinking, I want to hook up because I've got my laptop right here, but I've got my iMac right here.
Right.
got
This
it.
is my iMac that we're using. My face forward is iMac.
Okay, and but like it looks like in the back there, you've got a laptop. Is that what that camera in the back
Yeah,
is?
that's the kitty cam tonight. Yep.
And it's a laptop?
Mm-hmm.
How do you set that up?
It's
Is
just
it
actually
hardwired?
that's just actually in here in Whereby. Yeah, it was just
Oh,
another call in the Whereby. It was the only call in the Whereby earlier, and I had it full screen. So
okay. I've got
it's
a
which
whole new
is
program to learn.
I don't know. Well, Whereby is just free for everybody and super easy. It's just what you use to talk to me right now. You just anybody can go to whereby.com, type in the name for their room, and it'll immediately pop up in their browser, and they can send that link to 3 friends, and 4 people can hang absolutely free. No sign up, no log. You don't have to give them any of your information. You can do it in any browser right now, whereby.com. Name the room, send that link to 3 friends and a message, and all your faces will pop up in the web browser, and you'll be talking to each other just like Zoom or FaceTime or any of that kind of stuff. Absolutely free. It's
It seems to work.
unbelievable. It's
It seems to work
unbelievable.
almost better than like I've been doing a lot of Zooming lately. Like I've been doing cocktail hour with a bunch of friends and
Oh, nice.
dinner with my parents tonight on
Oh, cool.
all that stuff and uh, but this one seems to be working
Right before I
bit
went live, I got a Zoom invite. I've never Zoomed before, but I clicked on it, and it went to a website. But then it downloaded something on my computer, and I was like, that's when I didn't give up. I'm still gonna do it, but I was just gonna check in real quick before I started streaming myself, and I was like, okay, this isn't real quick. Whereby is pretty painless in that regard. It's pretty amazing how well it works. But I'm
Yeah.
definitely gonna, when I have a little more time and it's not so hectic, I'm gonna open that thing that Zoom downloaded and check it out because everybody's been talking about it.
It's easy. I'd recommend it. It's it's a good
What can
platform.
it do that Whereby can't?
I don't know. I just downloaded it for the first time 2 days ago. But, all of these companies and, all these telecommuters are now using pretty much solely Zoom. And, I was on Google Hangouts earlier, and that was garbage.
Right.
And,
Why
FaceTime.
is that? I always wonder about stuff like that. How could Google Hangouts not be the best?
Right? Yeah. I mean, I would imagine that because there's companies like Zoom who are killing it right now, maybe they're just not putting any work into
They
their
just
own version of it.
They wait till they get it. Zoom gets it all figured out, then they buy it.
Well, Google Hangouts was always just a poor man's Skype, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And so like they did that with like Facebook too. They did like Google Wave or whatever, like 10 years ago or something like that. And then they did Google. There's some other type of like social network for Google that they did, and they folded that. I think they just buy things up and they see what sticks, and if it doesn't stick and the team doesn't
Right.
work, they lose it. They've got so much. I mean, just funny money that they can just throw it around and see what sticks. And
Right.
I don't think Hangouts has what it takes.
No, it's so funny.
But Whereby is pretty cool. Google will probably buy it pretty soon.
You're right.
Yeah.
It'll be something when Facebook just starts embracing this kind of technology. There's no reason why they won't do it someday. Just click on a person's name in their profile and be looking at them face to face this easy.
Someday, very soon, because I think this is going to be the future for us for an undetermined amount of time.
So I uploaded like a 6. I Reed taught me today how to I couldn't figure out how to download the webcasts onto my to have them as a file on my desktop and to upload them to YouTube. He taught me how to do that by going. Do you know how to do that already? If you want to
I don't think so.
download any of your live streams, you can download them as an MP4, so you can edit them, or edit out a highlight or something, or upload to
Even
YouTube.
if you, so is that how you got my recording earlier?
Screen capture.
Oh.
I find that's a little bit easier for me than for QuickTime
Okay.
screen capture.
What's the how do you, so I know that you can
So you just
set it.
go under your photos to your videos album and then right click and there's a download SD and you save link as. And
Are you on a Mac?
unfortunately it's download SD. He was teaching me and I was like, oh, SD jerks, because they don't let you download a full resolution version of it. Why not?
That's a
What?
bummer.
It is a bummer. Why? Why? What could the possible motivation be for not letting me download a high def version, the full resolution version of what I did? It's
Maybe because you did a 6-hour video.
well, no, I don't think anybody can. I think it's more like, if you, how much do you really want that HD? Talk to us. Make us an offer.
Yeah, I mean, this is where the money's made right here. This needs to be full high def resolution.
But
because
think about
otherwise
it. Think
nobody
about
wants
this.
to hear what's coming out of here.
Right, right. But think about it like this: like people talk about the copyright issues with Facebook and content and the fine print of the user agreement, where they sort of own everything that you do to a certain extent. They own it, and then they let you have a low res version for yourself. Here, you can have this. Here, the full quality. That's art. We own that. Like, okay, all right. But so I uploaded my first 7 or 8, however many live streams I've done. I uploaded them all to the Hippie Fiasco Rides Again YouTube channel today, and I got copyright strikes on like half of them. If you get a copyright strike, it can't be monetized, and I got copyright strikes for singing my own songs.
Yeah, me too.
There's one that I can't. But the thing that amazes me is it was only like 5 years ago where the bots were only good enough to recognize the ones and zeros of the actual releases, like the album version. That was in their database. But in the last few years, they've evolved so much that they could tell me singing an acoustic version of a song was
Oh, no way.
These weren't like, this wasn't iTunes streaming. It's me singing an acoustic version of my own song, and they're like, nope. Royal Potato or whatever record label it was owns that, so I get copyright strikes for singing my own material, and none of those videos can be monetized. If I sing,
Or maybe you're just such a good performer that you're performing it so close and exact to the record that you fooled the robots.
I don't know, because I also got a copyright strike for someone in the chat requested Rolling Stones song about the roses, Dead Flowers, and I sang Dead Flowers, and I got a copyright strike for the Dead Flowers.
That's crazy.
I mean, I'd have to be a really good singer if I can completely embody the ones and zeros of the album track of Dead Roses.
I think you'd have to be an okay singer.
I mean,
I think you are a better singer than that.
I do have a kick drum now.
Oh, you got one. Nice. Well, now that we're going to be locked in here for a long time, we need those little toys. Yeah, for my rock opera that I just put out in November, we did this like big listening party where I went and I shot in this big white studio, just me sitting in this like luxurious felt or velour chair with a roaring electric fireplace and a record player and a lamp and everything, and a big bottle of whiskey, just in this big empty white room. And I put on the new record, and we just had a listening party. And so it was just me just chilling there, just drinking whiskey, just listening to the record. And it's 18 songs, 18-song Faustian spaghetti western rock opera that I wrote. And recorded the whole thing. And then I was going to do this big watch party on Facebook Live. And I uploaded it and, set it to, debut at this specific time. And I told everybody about it, and everybody was psyched about it. It was going to be this big thing. And then as soon as I uploaded the video, within a half an hour, they said, this is copyrighted material.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't show this. And I was like, yeah, it's my copyright. This is mine.
Right.
There's no avenue for me to go to be able to tell them that, I own this. Please let me do this.
Right. There's not.
Dear leader.
You can't just call Bob and be like, Bob, Sam, what's going on here? Come on.
there's no human element at all.
At all,
And
right.
but the thing is like there are human elements, but those human elements are just like so far down the chain that like they don't even care at a certain point because they're getting probably 100,000 of these a day. You know, people being like, "This is my song," you know. It's crazy. And so I ended up having to go like this whole new route through this other kind of company, Soundwaves TV, who are great. And they set up a whole website and put this whole, new viewer on their website that linked to Facebook and just built the whole thing from scratch. And so it ended up working out. But man, you know, it's crazy that you can't, you get busted for your own material.
It's really funny.
I'm not Beyonce.
I was
Far from it.
To me, like, this is not even the conspiracy side of me, but I remember back in the day I had the unpopular take with my artist friends that I was actually a huge fan of Napster, and I thought when that went away that it was the beginning of the end. And I got in a lot of heated arguments back in the day with artists like, no, we deserve to get paid like this, all, But I loved it. I thought it was so revolutionary that it was undermining everything we ever thought before, and it was exciting. And I couldn't believe the music I was finding on there, and I couldn't imagine how it could ever hurt me. And it just seemed like a miracle. This peer-to-peer thing was just. I'm so glad I got to experience that for a second. I was hearing. Like I would, you type in Bob Dylan and it's like him singing in somebody's living room on a reel to reel or something. Like I was hearing these recordings of my heroes that some of them I've never heard again since Napster went away. But it was a miracle technology, and when they started. And the whole idea of it is that it couldn't be controlled. And when they started finding ways to control it, I was like, oh, this is not good. This is not good. And all my friends were like, what are you talking about? But then, but less than 10 years later, you can't sing cover songs down at the local bakery. It's true. Like Marino's, our haunt, had to hang up signs that said all original music. So when the ASCAP or the BMI guy walks in, they're like, "No, we're doing what they." The reason the Marino's family put that sign on their wall was because somebody scared them into putting that sign on their wall, and it said, "I'll show it to you. Hold on."
There's places in San Francisco too.
Just like that.
All right, we got it all to ourselves, everyone. Nathan's walked out of the room. What are we going to do? Anarchy, chaos. What are we going to do, everybody? Post it in the comments. I can't read the comments. I don't know where they are. But, so how are you guys? You guys doing good? It's hard times. We're all going through it. We're all living through it. Everybody just needs somebody that they can hang out with. Oh, here he's coming. He's coming back. Hey, I was just waiting here in silence for you.
What did y'all do?
I was just waiting here in silence. I wasn't talking or saying anything. Yeah. There are places in San Francisco that have the same thing, too.
This is a family-owned place for 100 years where we met to sing songs every Tuesday night for as long as I've been alive. It's like a tradition. And when I saw this sign go up, I was like, God, this is so weird, all this.
Do you want to hear a crazy story?
Sure.
So when I was in my formative years trying to make money out of college, I was shooting depositions. And so, I'd set up a camera. I was like, you see it every now and then in those like crime documentaries where it's like a, person in their deposition being, and it's like, I'm the guy that's shooting those things. And so,
wow.
I did that for.
Wait, is that in a room
years.
Or in court? Is it just
you and
the witness and the lawyer?
It's lawyers on either side. Obviously you have the lawyer that's asking the questions, and then you have the person who's being deposed, and it's a deposition.
Right.
And so then you have their lawyer there as well. You're usually in a conference room in one of the attorney's offices. It's pre-trial stuff. But I did that for about 5 years. And man, if you ever want to feel like you're like the bottom of the totem pole, you should be a legal videographer, because man, it is not. I was usually the best dressed person in there and just treated the worst. It was awful. I am basically just a person that just babysits a camera for 8 hours.
Why would they care about you? This person is fighting for their life or something, aren't they? Like in there, if they're deposing, then they're like, that's pretty serious business, right? Nobody wants to be
Yeah.
there.
Still a human being, Nathan.
Like my whole life's falling apart, and this videographer's like pissy foot, like pitching this fit about how he's not getting the respect he deserves. Really?
Oh, like I came in there being like, I'm here. I deserve respect.
We
Like,
know you're a prima donna videographer. You wanted the light
not
just
here,
right.
man.
You're like, I can't work in these conditions. The light's not right.
I pulled in 700 pounds worth of camera gear wearing a 3-piece suit at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm 22 years old.
With a makeup person and a hairstylist.
I just walked a mile, like uphill in San Francisco with 700 pounds worth of camera gear, set it up for you, and then these attorneys. It's not the deponent that doesn't show me respect. It's the attorneys that hired me, and then they're like, "Oh well." You know, they pull these power plays. It's a big, long story. Like it's really, we're delving deep into.
Yeah,
like,
but
the
when you're like
world.
hey, I'm sorry, I messed up the Zoom. Can we cut that again? Can we go do that again? I mean, I can see you in there,
like me saying like cut,
moving the lights around. You know, you're standing on the table trying to adjust that single light so it hits just right and casts that awesome shadow.
Yeah,
you know, when you brought the makeup person and the hairstylist, that was all. I mean. You know, that was just, you're going too far. That's not what they needed.
Overkill.
It was a little overkill. I mean, it's just a deposition. No one's going to see this, Sam.
Yeah. So you definitely have no idea. This is like, I'm just happy.
No, I think I can imagine.
But so there's this one case that I did, and it was Columbia. I think it was Columbia Records was the plaintiff. And I was shooting on behalf of I was hired by the defense. And the defense was this woman who had shot a YouTube video of her kid, who she had like a 2-year-old, who was like dancing around in the kitchen. And like Prince's Let's Go Crazy was playing in the background in the kitchen. The kid's dancing around and being all goofy and silly. And this is 2007, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, well, YouTube started in 2006, so it was probably like 2008, and or 9, somewhere around there. And so this video went viral and got like millions of hits, and so it started accumulating money. And so Columbia Records saw that this YouTube video was accumulating money and had Prince's copyrighted content, or Columbia Records copyrighted content in the video. And so they sued this Susie Homemaker, you know, for uploading this video of her kid dancing in her kitchen.
Oh my goodness.
In the background, you can slightly hear Prince's Let's Go Crazy. And I remember sitting there, and I've sat through so many different depositions at that point. And, you know, to a certain extent, I was like pretty jaded and, you know, had seen, you know, assholes on both sides just pushing things but this was the one case where I was sitting there the whole time like, these assholes are, and so this lady is in tears, just bawling because she's been brought in to this law firm and is just being berated by these like, you know, $1 million attorneys that work for Columbia Records that are just being like, well, you know, if you knew that you were going to be making money from this, like, would you have uploaded this knowing that this was content that is owned by Columbia Records? You know, and they were like, you know, making her seem like she's some sort of like common criminal that's trying to rip off Prince. And she's like, I'm just trying to show my friends a cute video of my kid. And then it went viral. I don't know. And they're like, well, why didn't you just like give all the money to Columbia Records? She's like, I don't know. And I was just like, I was sitting there and I was just like, this is what is wrong with the music world.
Right,
you know,
so much.
When you get so much money into this that you bring people in that have nothing to do with music or art or bringing beauty to the world or making people happy, you bring these people in and their only purpose is to make money.
Right. Well, the motivation behind this sign, I guarantee, is like people were showing up at every business in town here and and saying like, well, look, if you don't do this, oh, you're playing the radio in here in your store hours or whatever it is, or oh, you have live music here, and would tell them like, well, you know, if you want to do that, you have to give us money. And it's probably not even true, but everybody was scared enough just to clam up. And you'd be like down at Bauer's Grocery or whatever, singing Jimmy Buffett on the picnic table out front, and they're like, we can't do that. Because what do they know? Somebody in a suit came in and said, you know, if you have people singing other people's songs in here, we're gonna have to charge you a certain. They'd rather just not risk it, and it was just
Actually is true. It is
so
true.
weird.
It is true.
Right.
You know, every company like has to that plays other people's music, even if it's like played over a loud system, they have to pay into a database in order to like access those songs. Like I worked in Jamba Juice when I was in high school, and you can only like play certain CDs that were paid for by Jamba Juice because those songs were they had paid for that database in order to play those songs. And then a friend of mine tried to start this kind of like it was like a digital juke. It was like a jukebox that you can control from your phone, and like walk into a bar and you're automatically connected to this jukebox. And you can like add to the jukebox on your phone. But he had to buy into certain databases, and there were certain things like he'd walk into stores and be like, you know, you should hook up with my company because my company already has access to all these songs, and what you're playing in here off your phone right now is actually illegal. You know, because you need to actually have, if you're a place of business making money, the song that's playing is contributing to you creating an atmosphere in which people can make, you know, purchases and you make money.
Right.
So you owe a little bit of money, but I have the database. So like you can, you know, buy into my company here and we can create a little jukebox company, you know. So, you know, it is a thing that exists. It's a real thing.
Right. It is a real thing.
Yeah, it's like it's the union for musicians, you know. ASCAP's looking out for all of us poor little musicians.
Yeah, sure they are.
And then sometimes it makes it a little tough for us to play Jimmy Buffett songs in the parking lot.
It really
of
does.
Molly Stones.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it works out for you, and sometimes it doesn't.
But the thing that was interesting about Napster too is that, you know, it wasn't just necessarily for sharing music. Like it was like if you had a folder on your computer and you were on Napster and you assigned Napster to that folder, then it went into the search engine and you're basically were searching a folder on everybody in the world's computer. And that, you know, when it comes to like activism, when it comes to organizing, when it, you know, like that seems so revolutionary to me. As much as it threatened certain pay structures and the idea of charging for music and things like that, it seemed like it was such a revolutionary concept that I thought, I was under the illusion, I was like, oh, this is so cool, we've done it, we've broken through, they can't control anything anymore. But I was very wrong about that. They
well, you know, it did. I mean, the dinosaur that was like that monolith of the record industry was taken down.
That's the only thing I miss.
You miss it?
Sorta.
You miss rock stars?
I miss you know, I don't even know what I miss because it was a romanticized past in my imagination. So who knows? But like there was something to be said about, but technology has changed all that in every way imaginable. Like the fact that we can make records in our bedrooms now changes just as much of that paradigm as anything else. Yeah. But you know, there is something sort of romantic about there being these gatekeepers that you have to get past to even make a record. You know,
well, it proved some sort of worth.
Yeah, I mean, I like that challenge, and I like that. I would be able to accept that failure way easier, I think, than I can accept the modern day version of failure, which is never really failing and never really winning. back then, you either got the record deal or you didn't. And if you didn't get a record deal, you weren't going to have a record.
Yeah.
But here I am with 27 records.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's an interesting way of looking at it. I mean, for me, it's, you know, I felt as a moderately talented musician back in the day when we did have these these record companies that was something that was probably relatively closed off to me and wasn't going to be something that I could necessarily get to. However, if I were to hand somebody my CD and they, at a show or something, they loved it. I was able to create this tiny little scene among the people that I was able to pass my stuff out to. And
Absolutely, yeah.
and then I saw all these stories come out of these people who had kind of sold their soul to these giant music companies, and it was kind of like giving your paycheck to the company store kind of thing. Like you're constantly indebted to these giant music.
Yeah, but that wasn't. That's. I mean, aren't all your heroes from that old paradigm for the most part? Like at least, I mean, a lot of them.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Oh my God. I mean, the fact that there were rock stars to that degree back then and there aren't now is because of the fact that there were so many rich old guys that were willing to throw money at them and make them those rock stars and give them that ability. And all I ever wanted, I didn't idolize them because I wanted to, I just wanted to be them. I wanted to have that access and I wanted to have that ability to take advantage of the things that they were given. I wanted to be the next one. And
Right.
once I realized that, it was more of kind of golden handcuffs than it was, just free reign to do whatever you want. And then a lot of ways, a lot of those people suffered, during and at the end of their careers. For me to have seen the other end of that and been as successful as the handful of people who are still able to maintain a career after all of that stuff.
Like who are you thinking of?
Springsteen.
Springsteen? What?
Who's still able to maintain
Right.
that kind of ability to be this rock star with and have his own career. Madonna, I think to at a certain point was able to do that. Or Barbara Streisand, it's like these people who have been able to, Beyonce, they've been able to turn what they were being taken advantage of and turn it into something where they are now the ones that are taking advantage of everyone. They're the ones that own the company. Oprah owns her own company now. Like that kind of thing. I don't want to end up like Space Hog. You know what I mean?
Who's Space Hog? Is that
Exactly.
what you mean? It's pretty amazing how good a taste the gatekeepers had back in the day. I was always sort of impressed by that. They were like athletic scouts. Like they could actually, like a really good major league scout or whatever could see it in the someone's arm.
Absolutely.
They're like,
Yeah.
just like, just his stroke. They could just see it in the stroke, like that dude. Keep an eye on that dude, and they were really well trained at like sniffing out talent, and they were a lot of our heroes weren't really that great when they were discovered, but the person that discovered them saw that spark in them, and they were trained. They had a trained eye to see that spark, and I mean it's. It's hard to imagine that there were people. I don't know. It's always been hard for me to imagine that there. I don't know if it's changed today, but I tend to. I don't know. I don't know how to say what I'm thinking. I sort of feel like I feel like that I thought is too complicated and maybe doesn't even fit the conversation. So
Well,
never mind.
I mean, the tastemaker. Like, how do you learn how to be a tastemaker? Like, how do you like what kind of schooling or like how what kind of parenting does it take to like create a tastemaker in such a way that they don't ever become famous, and they're usually some like working stiff, you know, and you know some schlubby
Wait, what do
three-piece
you
suit.
mean by tastemaker?
Tastemaker as, you know, somebody that finds nirvana, you know what I
Right,
mean,
right.
and says, hey, you guys got what it takes, you know, like that kind of thing. Like how do you become that
Do you
kind
think
of
that
tastemaker?
by calling them a tastemaker, does that sort of imply that they're deciding what's going to taste good? They're
Well,
making they're making the taste.
I think it's a little both. I think it's like, you know, you decide what the audience is will what you are going to feed the audience, but I think it's also a certain amount of like what the audience wants to hear, like what they are want to get that they're not getting. And so that's why I think what a tastemaker is. You know, they create what the flavor of the month is, but also they look at kind of the landscape and what is lacking, and they see something and they're like, that's what I need. You know, much like a baseball scout. You see that pitcher that they need that relief pitcher. You're like, oh man, he's got that sweet slider. You know.
It seems like the thing I was struggling to find words for just a minute ago. It keeps on wanting to try to be expressed, but I still don't know how to say it. But it just hit me that like what I'm sort of thinking of is like there's this interesting difference between now and 50 years ago or whatever, and everything that was before it, in the sense that like I don't think that there was somebody as good as Bob Dylan at the same time that just didn't make it. For some reason I think that's true. I don't know if that's true anymore, and it might be a complete illusion that I'm buying into, that I believe that.
I think you're wrong. I think that there are people that are better than Bob Dylan, but the thing is,
That were
is
trying, that were going for it, that were trying to be seen, and they were just like,
well, I think that it's hard to gauge whether there's somebody who's better than Bob Dylan, because well, it's kind of like, you know, it's like who's a better writer than Shakespeare after Shakespeare? You know, it's like you have these people that kind of like set the tone, you know, for then, you know, it's not like, because before Bob Dylan there was no Bob Dylan. There was Woody Guthrie, you know, but it's like it was different, and Bob Dylan like set a new tone. I think that like right now we have all of these songwriters that I think arguably are as good, if not better, but you have, you know, this benchmark that is set in history, no matter what.
right.
So whether this person has heard of Bob Dylan or not, there's always this benchmark, and that was something that didn't exist before Bob Dylan. And so you have to give him the credit where credit is due. It's like Jimi Hendrix with guitar players. There's guitar players that are better than Jimi Hendrix, but no guitar player like Jimi Hendrix ever existed before Jimi Hendrix, and Jimi
Right.
Hendrix was there and played like Jimi Hendrix.
Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, for sure.
I've got this theory that people, you know, the people that we idolize are only as good not as their talents, but their lack of talent. That people are, their lack of talent is what sets them apart and makes them individuals, as opposed to if you have perfection, perfection has no character. Character
right.
is from imperfection. And so, like, for example, Jimi Hendrix was a great guitar player. He's by far not a perfect guitar player. And his character and his individuality was brought out by his imperfection.
Right.
His sloppiness with his right hand, you know, and then he slapped the guitar, you know, really get in there and dig into it. It was his imperfections that created the personality and character.
You think that's true for Shakespeare?
Well, I'm not enough of a Shakespeare fan to know, but Bob Dylan was a terrible fucking singer, man.
I love that.
And you know,
he was a weird. He was imperfect in so many ways. I mean, you look at like all of our heroes, our musical heroes that we idolize. They were far from perfect people. But it was the imperfections of their personality and the imperfections in their voice and in their physicality. We idolize these musicians that are dweebs. They're not perfect specimens of human beings. They're not these like Adonises. They're these like ugly, gangly, weird-looking humans that are coming in
Right,
there.
right.
Their ugly voices and their weird lyrics. Their
Right.
imperfections of their characteristics. And that's what I've been thinking about that a lot over the last like year or so, and that's what I think is what pulls people into enjoying the music of us, of our friends, of the people that we're so imperfect that people can kind of like sit by the fire with us,
Right. Right.
because who wants to sit with by the fire with some perfect being?
Right.
They want to sit in the shit with us,
Right. Right.
That's my theory.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
for sure.
Say it in the comments. What do you think, everybody?
Oh, we've really dwindled the stream down here.
Oh, that's my bad. That's all my fault.
Oh, how could I not take at least half credit for that?
Well, you're a humble man. How many viewers do we have now?
It's down to 6.
Oh man, that's pretty good, man.
That's not bad.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's 6 swarthy sailors.
But there's a way of looking at webcasting more like busking than like busting out a performance on stage. Because the amusement we used to busk all the time. I spent a few years like making all of my money busking, and I'm so grateful for that experience in so many ways. But you could do the same song 20 times a night because the crowd changes every 5 seconds. You rope them in, you bring them in, and they tip you, and they move along, and it's just always a new audience. And the thing that's so cool about busking is you're learning how to grab people's attention, how to hold them, how to get a tip out of them, and then you let them go all night long. And webcasting can sort of be like that. Like we're at 4 now, but
we lost 2.
No, someone
we were talking about how.
But now we're back to 6. Now we got new blood in here. Like you just sort of stick around, and like next thing you know, we'll start busting out that machine again, and people are scrolling down the wall, and they see me and you dancing in here, and they're like, "Oh, what are these 2 jerks doing?" And next thing you know, now we're at 8. Now we have 8 people.
Look at us, man.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Hat off.
Yeah, see, it's working. It's working. 9. We have 9. Keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, ding! That smile just got us another. Oh, we lost somebody.
Welcome, number 9. You come back, you son of a bitch.
Well, hey, it's been fun talking to you.
Yeah, man. It's really fun getting to hang out with you. Like being able to, being locked indoors as much as I have. I mean, I'm a latchkey kid,
Right.
I'm an accidental latchkey kid. I'm not like one of those people that like, would go ride his bike from dawn till dusk until mom rang the dinner bell.
Right.
Like I was always inside watching TV. So this kind of thing is pretty easy for me. But and I've spent a lot of time on Facebook, but this has been just like, and it's such an incredible way to be able to connect with, people outside of, San Francisco, getting to hang out with you and getting to see you do this night in and night out has been really fun and incredible. And you've been doing such a good job at promoting other people's stuff and also just being an entertaining presence with your music and stuff. It's been so fun. And
it is I'm right there with you. Yeah,
it's been the best that Facebook's ever been. It's turned from this cynical place,
terrible place where I had to quit because it was actually killing me.
Yeah.
To like coming back to a thing that's actually healing me is so unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And I don't think that was what the Facebook's intention necessarily was.
No,
but it took a global pandemic for us to
get to a place where we're like, okay, everybody, I just want to like get out there and show you a little love, show
Right.
you some beauty in the world. Let's all just hang out. Let's not worry about that other stuff. Let's just, I'm going to read you a little. My friend Ari has been reading chapter by chapter of The Princess Bride in a big leather-bound book once a day.
Nice.
Gio
Aw.
Benedetti from Brothers Comatose has been doing, the former bass player from Brothers Comatose has been doing, how to draw a dragon with his two daughters. And
Oh my
drawing
gosh,
dragon and
that's
stuff.
so great.
You know, it's there's so many talented people out there, and what I've been able to see, there's cooking shows. People are doing cooking shows on Facebook. What I want to see is like somebody like getting under their car and showing me how to change my own oil. It's
Right,
like,
right.
so many talented people that can do so many incredible things, and I think that we're finally. It took a global pandemic to show us just how to communicate again in this realm of ambiguity.
Right.
It's
Right.
kind of like being in a car. When you're in a car and you're driving down the road, it's easy to just say that somebody's a son of a bitch because they just cut in front of you 20 feet in front of your car, and you're like, "I fucking you motherfucker." But you'd never say that to anybody if you're just walking down the street.
Right, right.
It's a level of ambiguity. There's this, this kind of car that's sheltering you from the outside, and it's the same with computers. But now this is the only realm that we have anymore. And so
Right.
people need to be a little bit more soft and sensitive with each other. And they're like, okay, let me help you. You help me, and let's hang out together.
Right, right.
Less trolls. I don't know if that's
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's beautiful. It's really incredible. It's getting me fat, but it's still a beautiful thing. How many viewers we got now?
We're back to 6.
God damn it. Oh man. Well, I'm gonna probably cue off here, but I really love what you're doing.
I have a
and,
feeling I'll see you soon.
I think so.
Which
And
goes hand in hand with what we were just talking about. I've hung out way more with my friends since we all went into quarantine than I did before.
Yeah.
Which is
Let's
pretty
do it some more, man.
pretty crazy. So you should send in a song for the page for people to download and play to.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a few.
You
I
could
could
either record something fresh or take a track and strip it down if you have any old stuff or whatever that you could, strip some stuff out to give people some space to play on top of it. Whatever you want to do.
I have I've got a ton of songs that are actually like recorded.
I know you do.
Are ready to go.
I know you do.
I'm not feeling like super good about them the way they sit right now. And it's just me, acoustic guitar and vocals. I'd love to send one in.
Are they to a click?
And yeah, they're all to a click.
Yes. Sweet. Yeah, please send it on.
Cool, buddy. Well,
Do
love
it.
you, man.
Do it.
Love what
do
you
it.
do.
Love you back. Love what you do. See you soon.
All right, man. Bye, everybody. Bye, all 6 people.
Cheers. Quanta smells a flower, goes looking for that flower, wants to be where such a flower grows. So he climbs down his tower, and there's a little shower, but he doesn't mind, it feels good on his toes.
boxes with bows. In the morning he sees, awake he believes, that flower growing out of his nose.
First I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And now I'm back on the flag. Don't look surprised that I'm still singing, 'cause you know I have the knack. Can you believe what you see? Bet you can't believe it's me. Did you think for just 1 second you'd be back to look at me? I will survive, I will survive, I will survive. Hey, hey. Somebody call my guru. I could use some advising. Can't keep my eye on the prize, and I'm realizing I got a light that's dimming. I just don't feel like I'm winning. The only time I'm grinning's when I'm sinning. Let the music back in again. Get a kite for this world when I'm in. I wanna travel through space again. I wanna love this place again. I wanna hear your voice through tin again. Get back to that room I was swimming in. I wanna chase the moon again. Arrive too soon again. Call my doctor. I could use some prescribing. My head can't find the bed till the sun is rising. Well, this old beginning sure could use a new ending. The only time I'm still is when I'm spinning. Let the music back in again. Get a kite for this world when I'm in. I wanna travel through space again. I wanna love this place again. I wanna hear your voice through tin again. Get back to that room I was swimming in. I wanna chase the moon again. Arrive too soon again. I wanna work the dirt back in my skin. Hear this song that I'm singing in. I wanna cut the wire again.
This might not have been the most entertaining show I've ever done, but what a productive evening. It really fit my mood perfectly. I've been cleaning up around here, been daydreaming, and learning all day. We're all calling and, how did you do that? How did you do that? How did you do that? It's amazing. It's so cool, all that's happening. And I've learned so much today, and that's even during this webcast, we're just being super productive. This isn't even an entertaining show. This is a meeting place for plotting and planning our moves, and for teaching each other how to do certain things. And I just got text messages with all the lyrics for the new song that we're all writing together. And anybody out there watching this in the future, or anybody within earshot at the moment, you should mute this thing and go write your verse for the song that we're working on. I still have to get the melody just right, especially for the verses. There's that cool change where it does the B7 E minor thing, and people are doing some cool phrasing on that part. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Shut out your windows, pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone. We travel this world by sea and by land. We've all been picked up when we needed a hand. We've been knocked down for taking a stand. Oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out your windows, pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Billions of people, the whole human race, staying away from each other by staying in place, needing to be felt, need for feeling we're all in this together, apart but believing. See, that's one of that. I gotta figure that out. Billions of people, the whole human race, staying away. I'm gonna reference it real quick.
Just remember that backwards ain't the way the time flies. Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone. 'Cause we shout from the windows and we pick up the phone, raise a glass.
Apart, but we're never alone. 'Cause we shout from the windows and we pick up the phone, raise a glass to each other, but we're never. Yeah, we travel this world by sea and by land. We've all been picked up when we needed a hand. Been knocked down hard just for taking a stand.
I love that one. That's the way we got to do it.
Yeah, we may be apart,
I really like that
we're
one.
never alone. 'Cause we can shout from the windows, we can pick up the phone, raise a glass to each other from the comforts of home. Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone. Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone. They try to keep us apart, but we're never.
I really like his phrasing a lot in that verse. We travel the world by sea and by land. We've all been picked up when we needed a hand. We've been knocked down hard just for taking a stand. Oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out your windows, pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Well, the distance has grown an unbearable size. Any plans that you've had have been compromised. And just remember that backwards ain't the way the time flies. Oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out your windows, pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Billions of people, the whole human race, staying away from each other by staying in place, needing to be felt and a needing for a feeling that we're all in this together, apart but believing that we may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out your window, pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. That's sort of what we got so far. Pretty close, pretty close. Sam did different phrasing for his verse, but I do like it. I wonder if we should change. I don't get how to sing that one line though.
We may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out the windows and pick up the phone, raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. Oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. We've traveled this world, we've been everything, we've all been picked up. Yeah, we may be apart, but we're never alone. Yeah, we travel this world by sea. Oh, we've always known we may be apart, but we're not alone. Land, we've all been picked to be apart, but we're not alone. We're billions of people, the whole human race, staying away from each other by staying in place, needing to be felt and a need for a feeling that we're in this together, apart but believing that we.
I like that, but he really goes a whole new phrasing for his verse. We'll have to talk about it. Maybe we should get him on here and talk to him. So if you're just logging in, we got into this face chat thing where it became such a personal conversation, and it lasted for quite a while that people that stopped in felt like they were eavesdropping on a conversation. So it wasn't extremely entertaining, but it was extremely productive, and I bet I'll find it actually entertaining. I spend a lot of my time watching conversation talking heads on YouTube, watching Twitch streams and stuff. Oh, were your ears burning, Sam? Ugh, I guess I could tune. I was thinking about just logging off, but like Sam and I were talking about at the end of our conversation there, it's like busking, you know, it's like you just stick around a few minutes, all of a sudden you got a whole new crowd in front of you, and you can start the whole night over at any point in time. You know, I mean, I guess you can still do it out there. Any young musicians out there that might be listening to this at some point in time, go busk. Busking is a really good way to start out in the music business. And I meet bands that started out busking, and busking is playing for tips on the sidewalk. The bands some of my good friends were buskers, and Fruition's a good example of that. They started out busking, and you can hear it in their harmonies and the way they project and the way they capture you. And busking can be a really great. The amusement, we used to busk for a living. That's how we got our start. Every day at lunch, we were down across from the University of Texas, and every night we were right next door to the Black Cat Lounge. In fact, the Black Cat Lounge was a pretty popular place. They'd have like 3 bands a night down on 6th Street, and the amusement would busk in this alcove of a door that they didn't use at the Black Cat. And we busked every night there for months and months and months. And like maybe after a year, we got a gig. We had Thursday nights at the Black Cat. We moved up from the alcove to the stage, and we became regulars at the Black Cat, and that's how we broke into the Austin scene. But busking is so fun, and you learn so much. You like to be able. People are walking past on their way to somewhere else, and you got to play something musically that stops them, that catches them. They check, and then you so that's the first thing you learn is how to turn ahead, how to get people to go, wait, what is this? The second thing you learn is how to make them stay. You know, you're like it's like a fisherman or something, but then you learn how to make them stay and keep them. And then the third thing you learn is how to make them reach into their pocket and give you some money. And those 3 things, I mean, I don't know if there's any 3 more important things to learn. And in a sense, right now, like everybody's busking on the Facebook wall, which is cool. You know, like the first thing as you're scrolling down the wall, you got to stop. Wait, what's going on? Before you click on it, you know, you want to see something like, you know, it's funny. It's pretty cool. All right, well, I was gonna just sneak away, and it's such a productive day. I got a really delicious stew in the crock pot up there. I feel like I don't know. I've been going all night, every night, but I feel like I should pace myself. You know, we got plenty of time, and it's already been such a satisfying day that I don't know if I need to hurt myself tonight. But we haven't found a leaving song yet. I'm not sure how much of Hard Times I would remember. I should definitely write new verses for that. That's the kind of song I wish I'd updated every year. Hard times ain't just some old folk song. No, hard times ain't just some old folk song. Oh, no, hard times, they still going on. Oh, my job done up and gone overseas. Yeah, my job done up and gone overseas. Don't think it's ever coming back. I'm down here on my knees. I don't remember the... Give me a line, Swaber. I wonder if I have that in my... I don't even think I have that anywhere. I bet I have recordings of it. Text. No. Here, I can get at least one more verse, though, by cheating this way. What key was I? Wow. I never would retell. Go to hell. He didn't know what was up. Forgot all about this song, dude. Boss man told the doorman, sorry man, can't pay you to keep it shut. Wow, yeah, those words are way better than I remembered. Thanks. Hard times ain't just some old folks song. Oh, hard times ain't just some old folks song. Oh, hard times ain't just some old folks song. Oh, no, hard times are still going on. Thanks to the cheap walls of some of these motels, I hear these conversations, some of which I never would retell. Ah, but it doesn't seem that far away when you hear somebody yell, go to hell. Yeah, I asked the weatherman, he didn't know what was up. Yeah, the boss man told the doorman, sorry man, we can't pay you to keep it shut. Just then the optimist chimed in and said, hey, at least we have this half-empty cup. Oh, hard times ain't just some old folks song. Oh, no, hard times ain't just some old folks song. Oh, no, hard times, they still going on. All right, now you got me hooked. Now I have to know. What's next? Let's see if I can take it from there. Oh, Fanny and Freddie were sweet. Different keys. Fanny and Freddie were sweethearts. Lord, Lord, how they could love. Had quite a fling until the night King Midas lost his touch. After that, everything King Midas touched just stayed the way it was. Now we got pirates in the ocean, we got pirates in the AIG. I got 3 friends in prison. Count them, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can say there's justice, just don't say it to me. 'Cause I know hard times ain't just some old folk song. Oh, hard times ain't just some old folk song. Oh, no, hard times, they still going on. Last verse. What is this recording? The recording. I sound like I'm 15, and I was 35. The new 15. Then you know I'd be lying if I said this song would ever end. Down at the Food Lion last night, they were having a sale on ham. And there were people in line, a sale on ham. Now stood in line, mine, swear to God, 5 other men. Yeah, that's right. One was young, had a minimum wage job. Down at the Food Lion last night, they were having a sale on ham. And I stood in line waiting on mine, I swear, behind 5 other men. One was young, had a minimum wage job. And one was about to retire, just got laid off. And one had 3 kids, they was running around laughing, carrying on. Oh, I know hard times ain't just some old folks song. Oh, hard times ain't just some old folks song. Oh, no, hard times, they still going on. Just when you thought the day couldn't get any more productive, a good friend comes along, reminds you of a song of yours you haven't sang in years, And even the words I thought I remembered at the beginning aren't even in the song. I was like, all right, how's it go? Like, my job whenever sees. Yeah, and I was repeating the first line twice like an old blues song. I don't even know what that was like. The version of the song when it first came out, when I first started writing it. I forgot that I actually went a little deeper with that tune. Thank you, Swaby, for bringing that song back to life. It's now in my pocket, I think, in the repertoire. I almost feel like committing showbiz suicide and doing it again from the top. one more time, from the top. But I bet I could do it all now, I think. I unlodged it in the brain there. Yeah, good call. So what am I singing next, Swaby? Hey, Sean. Hey, Keelan. Hey, everybody. I can interact with the chat now. I've been very neglectful of the cast in a way tonight. Last night we were all like up in here together. We were getting creepy, playing bingo, making each other laugh. And then tonight I FaceTimed with a couple of close friends and we just talked to each other and completely ignored the chat. It was fun. I think my next stream is going to be the entirety of the Grapes of Wrath audiobook. See how that's going to go viral. Hey, Keelan, what's shaking, buddy? I did start strong, though, the cast tonight, for sure. While I've been cleaning, I've been watching everybody streaming all day and screen capturing some moments from other people's casts. So I had that in my pocket going in and being able to set up these highlights of other people's streams. I think that's a fun thing to do. I might do some more of that. It's just so cool what's happening in terms of the streaming with everybody. Everybody's getting better at it by the minute. Oh my God. Swaby, you are this ding, ding, ding. We have a serious winner tonight. I often play this game where I'm like, try to stump me. See if you can think of a song of mine that I can't remember. And I've come close to falling a couple of times, but not nearly as hard as 2 in a row tonight from Scott Swaby. This is the second song in a row that there's just absolutely no way I would remember how that thing goes. I might have the words to that somewhere. Because that was on the Fiasco record, and maybe we didn't type out the lyrics for that. I just typed story time into my search, and I'm seeing like all the parts from the record in here. Oh God, I want to hear that. When I started out this webcast, my whole idea was like, because I just wanted a task so I could have something to do on here to create a little place for people to hang out. And my initial inspiration was like, well, let's open the record, the Hippie Fiasco Rides Again record. And because I've been learning how to mix, the Hippie Fiasco Rides Again record was the first album I ever tried to mix myself, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I'm still not great at it, but I know a lot more now than I did then. So I was like, well, let's open up the Hippie Fiasco Rides Again record and see what it sounds like now, having learned the things I've learned. And I still think that's a good idea. I've gotten away from that initial vision. One of the first shows was doing that. We opened up Sputtering Song. And it was sort of a proof of concept because I felt like by the end of that show, the mix was sounding really cool, and a lot of people had become a little bit differently and more attached to that song. But I'm looking at Storytime right now, and it's just amazing how many different parts we have for freaking thing. Yep, no typed lyrics for story time. There's no way I would remember all those words. There's so many words in that song. Then you do find a way to leave a bitter taste in people's mouths. I forgive you for your vision. Yeah, I would love to be able to do that for you right now, but I condemn you for your way. Just to have the conversation would be such a drag. Story time. Let's spin it. Ah, that'd be good on. That's like a ukulele song. Something happens to my words between my brain and my throat. I can see them in their writing in a little paper bowl. Trying so hard just to stay afloat. It's rough weather, it's a long letter, or just a little note. I got so much I want to say. I don't want to push you away. Oh, but it's safe to say I'm afraid. 'Cause I never know when I open my mouth just which foot is about to come out. Will it be my better one or the one so riddled with doubt? All I know is if I'm quiet too long, I suddenly shout. I got so much I want to say. I don't want to push you away. Oh, but it's safe to say I'm afraid. I want justice, but I feel guilty. I come clean, but I still feel filthy. I fill with pride, but it leaves me empty. There seems to be a difference between the truth and honesty. I got so much
want to say. I don't want to push you away. Oh, but it's safe to say I'm afraid.
That was fun. Good call. Good call. That felt like the leaving song. Although I love everybody that's in the chat right now. Hey, hey, everybody. But it's been a good show. It's been a very productive night. Thanks, everybody, for teaching me and inspiring me and accepting me and for listening to my songs. And we'll keep the music coming. You keep it coming back. And I guess I could do that live. It's so hard. We're busking. Do I need a break or do I need to stop? Because I feel like we need to record the basic track for the song. But I don't know if I should do it. I sort of think Jordan should do it. I'm thinking. How about a sneak? How about a sneak peek of my new record? Don't tell Brian. But maybe. I don't think he's watching. We could do. We're still doing the final mixes. So they're not done yet. You see, that's Rob in the chat is asking where he can hear the song to write a verse to. I'm going to try to have that on the website, nathansland.com, by tomorrow. And at least a version where you can hear what people have sent in so far, or at most a basic track that everybody can download and sing to. We're still deciding whether Jordan's going to be able to do that or whether I should just crank one out here, just pick a beat. I think it's a waltz, probably around 120 beats per minute. I could just do it with ukulele, not even take it that seriously. Just get it on the website so people can start doing it. But at the very least, I'm going to try to have the lyrics and and an MP3 hearing the versions, all the versions that people have sent in so far. That won't be too hard to pull off. So that's where it is. But I just learned it tonight, really, for the first time. I'm starting to get it. There's 3 people have written verses so far: Caitlin Gowdy and Sam Chase and Jordan Smart. Jordan sort of started this whole thing, and each one uses a little bit different phrasing, which I think is cool. We had a meeting about the whole thing tonight, and I forgot to ask that question. But it basically, Rob, is like this. The chorus is, we may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out your windows, pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone. So that's the chorus. So what everybody needs to write is, we travel this world by sea and by land. We've all been picked up when we needed a hand. We've been knocked down just for taking a stand. And then Caitlin's verses. Well, the distance has grown an unbearable size. Any plans that you've had have been compromised. Just remember that backwards ain't the way that time flies. Oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out your windows and pick up your phone. Raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Sam's verse is like, billions of people, the whole human race, staying away from each other by staying in place, needing to be felt and a need for a feeling that we're all in this together, apart but believing. And we may be apart, but we're not alone. Shout out your windows, pick up your phone, raise a glass to each other from the comfort of home. We may be apart, but we're not alone. Oh, we may be apart, but we're not alone. That's basically how it goes. But I will get that stuff on the website as well. And we're going to put a basic part up there too that people can download that just has like, a little timekeeping kick drum or something and the guitar or ukulele or something as an accompaniment, so everybody's singing to the same thing. And then when we stitch them together into the world's longest folk song written by the most writers, I think there's 3 different pages we could be on in the next Guinness Book of World Records if we do this right. The largest online choir. It's good, right? Yeah. I have to write a verse. I sort of contributed the shout out your windows and pick up your phone. But I want a verse. I have to write a verse. So much to think about. Is there something you would like to hear, Rob, while I think for a second? I could just put on some radio, some Fiasco radio. Radio Fiasco. It's a Radio Fiasco. I got pretty good hard drives here of old stuff. Although I'm missing a hard drive. I realize every time I type into search for piano music like we used to use on Revolution Radio all the time. It makes me realize I don't have one of the old Revolution Radio hard drives here. And I really, I accumulated a lot of gold in the Revolution Radio days because not only were we doing a live radio station from the house and learning how to make all the zaps and zingers and cuts, and you're listening to Revolution Radio, but we did lots of in-studio performances. So I have just like hard drives full of like Fruition played in here, and Elephant Revival, and Screaming Jays, and Bourbon Barrel Congress, all kinds of bands played in here, and I have all that stuff. At any point in time, I can put on the lava lamp on this piece and just go radio for days. And who doesn't like the radio? I mean, radio is awesome. All right, sneak peek of the record. Here you go. Don't tell Brian.
Whatever they need it more than I do. Whatever they need, it's not always about you. Whatever they need, they can take it from me if they want to. Whatever they need, I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. It's hard to speed. I'm not stuck in traffic. It's hard to speed up. Give me a minute. It's hard to speed. And it's killing the planet. It's hard to speed. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. I'm hardly here. everyone in that weird world can just move along. There's nothing to see here. Move along, 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 there's nothing to see here. Whatever they need it more than I do. Whatever they need, it's not always about you. Whatever they need, they can take it from me if they want to. Whatever they need, I'm hardly here. 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 Baby, till I get back home and things can be the way we want, and everyone in that weird world can just move along. Move along, there's nothing to see here. 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 Move along, there's nothing to see here.
Move along. There's nothing to see here. Keep scrolling. That's going to be our leaving song. How about that? Brian Elijah Smith producing my new record, and it's like he's my Lanois or something. So it's so fun working with a real producer. Maybe first time in my life. It's a dream come true. It was always on my short list of dreams is to be actually produced, because even though I have like 27 records with all the projects and stuff, they were all always self-produced. Every The Amusement record, every Davis record, pretty much every solo record was self-produced. There was 3 tracks once The Amusement got produced in when we were pitching for a record label, and they paid for a studio and a producer to produce us, but we didn't end up getting the deal. But I got a taste of what it could be like. I mean, they brought in like a guy that played with Bob Dylan to lay some keys down on it and stuff, and I was just like, "What is this?" If people, I would spend the rest of my life in a studio with producers if it was possible. I mean, the relationship. I keep on looking at Brian like, "Will you be my George Martin? Can we just do this?" But he's such a awesome songwriter himself. He's learned all this to make his records, and he's everything. He does it all. He's got the songs, he's got the voice, but he's also a really good producer. And yeah, whew, it's so fun. I love being produced. All right, well, what a productive night. I just can't even believe it. I'm gonna go have some stew and think about what we're gonna do next. I'll try to get those files up on the website for people to at least read the lyrics, see the form, hear what other people have sent in, and try to get a basic track up for people to sing to. But in the meantime, even if we don't get that far, I'll get enough up there where people can start working on penning their own verses. I got to pen mine. Maybe that's what I'll do now. Go get some stew, sit on the back porch, think about my verse. Love you all. See you soon. I need some closing credits. Something. A little outro music. Little scroll. Me and my wife and Pip and all of you.